Good morning, Mega Georgia and everyone else around the world through the World Wide Web. This is the Morning Roast for April 5th, 2013. It's a Friday. It's Flippin' Friday. Yes, indeed, we have a wing-dang doodle of a day for you. But right now, I want to give guys 2 thumbs up. Rest in peace, Roger Ebert. We definitely...
Oh, he died.
Yes.
Actually, it'd be 2 thumbs down if he died, right?
Who's going to criticize
Are we
these
supposed to be
movies?
are we supposed to be happy about him dying? Thumbs up, or is it supposed to be thumbs down because he died?
Well,
No,
probably
2 thumbs up because he's now in a better place.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because he's no longer suffering from
Unless
the,
you're an
from the
atheist
cancer.
and you don't believe in a better place.
Yeah.
Then it's your
The
shit.
2
He
thumbs
died.
up.
He should still
2
be here.
thumbs up because his face doesn't hurt anymore.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I mean,
Literally. Yes.
Okay,
Weather.
here we go.
Weather, it's
My
40
insanity is starting to
It's
freak
41
up again.
degrees outside. It's outside of Macon, Georgia. It's 8:03 a.m. It's 41 degrees. It's cloudy with very few showers, hopefully very few, with a high of 69 degrees and a low of 44.
69, huh?
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah. Imagine that. It's 69 and it's going to be wet.
Yes.
Ah.
Wow. Anyway. I see the rules now. I'm glad this guy spelled it out for us yesterday.
Well, I think we that video he played is why he came here. Somebody reported our video.
Where'd you get that
of
song
the
from?
twerking kid?
Working kid.
Mate.
And then last night on Johnny's show, him and Three Bears were, I guess, going on and on and on about like, we're gonna get banned for it. We didn't get banned, and we won't do it again.
No,
Hey, we made a mistake.
if it's that
well,
much
we
of
can
a-
fucking cuss.
Well, if it's that much of a hassle, we'll just go to another forum.
Yeah, exactly.
it's like,
There's plenty of
Jesus.
forums, but we
Yes.
like this one.
Yeah, but it just seems ridiculous that we didn't have this problem the first week we were on Blog TV.
I know.
People bitching
And we were
complaining.
screaming like maniacs.
I
Anyway, what's happening?
Well, just like we said before, Roger Ebert died from his illnesses of cancer. He was 70 years old.
Wow.
He's best known for being one half of the great TV show At the Movies with Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert.
Yeah, Siskel and Ebert.
and Sneak Preview. Wasn't it originally called Sneak Preview?
No,
I could have swore when I first watched that show on PBS it was called
because
Sneak Preview.
Yes, it was Sneak
Right.
Previews.
And then it became At the Movies.
At the Movies when it later
Right.
left PBS and became on regular
Right.
network television.
Right.
I used to air it back when I was working at Fox 24 at the time, as a matter of fact.
Well, he was the one of the 2 that I found more interesting because of his criticism was almost on point. The other guy was okay, but I always felt that his was, when I went to see the movie, it was very much like he said it was.
Yeah, pretty much. He was straight to the point.
Yeah.
And plus, I think what really made him famous, definitely the thumbs up and thumbs down, was simply because it was much more better, much more elaborate than a yes or a no. I mean, it was much visual. It was visual. You could see it. It was much more than just a simple word or two. You could symbolize that in your head. Why it's a yes or a no, or a thumbs up or a thumbs down, or the wagging finger of shame when it was just so bad it wasn't even considered to be put in a certain category. Matter of fact, there's a lot of things he's done. He was the first movie critic to receive a Pulitzer Prize in 1975.
Wow.
Back in 1970, he not only he reviewed movies, but he actually wrote them. He wrote the screenplay for the movie Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. That became a box office success and a cult favorite. And he later wrote 2 more films, the screenplay for Up and Beneath the Valley of the Ultra Vixens for director Russ Meyer. Yes.
What was the second movie?
Beneath the Valley of the Ultra
Dolls.
Vixens.
There's my man Johnny Rotten,
Mm-hmm.
Sex Pistols singer.
Yeah.
What's it say he did with him?
Yeah, Meyer invited Ebert to write the screenplay for the project Who Killed Bambi with Johnny Rotten, who angered the World War II veteran when he badmouthed the British military, saying, "What do I want with the fucking army?" And Meyer replied, Russ Meyer replied, "You listen to me, you little shit. We won the Battle of Britain for you." As Meyer later recalled, as Meyer later recalled, I reflected that America had not been involved in the Battle of Britain and that John Lydon, His real name was Irish and therefore from a non-participant nation.
Right.
Yeah, I kept the details to myself.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the film was never made, but Ebert wrote a memorable essay for his blog about his experiences.
The film, let me correct that. The film was not made, because I know a lot about the Sex Pistols.
Mm-hmm.
The film was not made. I actually own the film that was made. But what was made out of that was a film called The Great Rock and Roll Swindle, which was basically, Julian Temple made that one, friends with the Sex Pistols and all, Malcolm McLaren. And that was basically sort of Malcolm McLaren's 10 Commandments of the Sex Pistols. Johnny Rotten, of course, denounced that movie, can't stand that movie, but it was called Great Rock and Roll Swindle. But the reason it was kind of what Who Killed Bambi's gonna be is because there is a scene and a song within that movie, Great Rock and Roll Swindle, and the song is called Who Killed Bambi. The song sung by Ten Pole Tudor. And so basically what it is they took the Who Killed Bambi thing and they put it in the Great Rock and Roll Swindle, which that was the movie made instead of Who Killed Bambi. A little trivia for you. What other things about Ebert?
Oh, there were other things. Yes, there were.
Yeah, I got it up as well.
Yeah, he knew about Ebert. Roger Ebert knew about Google before everyone else did. It says Ebert was a passionate advocate of new media, embracing Twitter and launching an online presence before most of his peers. Was also one of the first investors in a firm called Google. When Google made its first initial public offering in 2004, Ebert's stock in the firm was said to be worth $1.8 million.
Not bad.
And actually, there's another interesting trivia. Yeah.
That's him?
Yeah.
That's how he looked after his surgery on his jaw.
Wow.
Yeah. Ebert actually...
Looks like a woman.
Yeah, well, yeah. Ebert actually dated Oprah one time. When Oprah Winfrey was a host of a local television show in the 1980s called AM Chicago, Ebert asked her out for a date. She said yes. Said that the evening wasn't all that memorable, except that Ebert told Oprah that she should consider creating a syndicated version of her show, since his program with Gene Siskel, who was becoming a major windfall for him. And I guess it was probably because he worked in Chicago as well, because he worked for the Chicago Sun-Times. Gene Siskel worked for the Chicago Tribune, but yet they somehow found some level ground in becoming, cohorts and working together at the movies. And Oprah ended up becoming a billionaire, and Ebert married Chaz Hamel-Smith in 1992.
Whereas I guess Ebert always liked black women.
Well, yes, because his wife is
black. His wife's black. He dated Oprah one time.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's a whole lot of things.
All righty, there we go. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Mr. Ebert.
Any news that you were talking about?
Well, yeah, I got a few. This is from here in town. They finally caught that office creeper. He was arrested in North Carolina. That's the guy that goes into the offices and creeps around and steals. They're blocking me out now.
Well, that's just as well. Because really, this would segue better into what Derek just talked about, but we could do that story still.
Well.
You got it.
Here it is. Yeah, the man dubbed as the office creeper after allegedly entering multiple businesses under false pretenses and stealing wallets was arrested in North Carolina Wednesday afternoon. The creeper, a.k.a. also known as Antonio Hornsby, age 54, is being held in the Mecklenburg County Jail awaiting extradition. Hornsby allegedly entered businesses under false pretenses and stole wallets, including the Ronald McDonald House in Macon. He's also suspected of similar crimes.
Creepy.
Yeah, in Dooley County, Perry, Georgia, and Byron, Georgia. Hornsby was believed to be traveling along the interstate.
Wow. Okay.
Incredible.
Then we got more news. Macon man accused of killing his daughter's mother because he was extremely jealous. If you want to bring that up, because mine's being blocked. I'm at a different, I guess. Seems like you got it.
They may block me too, because Macon.com is like that.
Are they?
All right. So anyway, who's jealous?
Let's see what happens.
Yes.
It's all about
trying,
me today.
Kid. We're
I'm
trying.
just sitting here.
Okay, here we go. This
there
one
you
allowed
got it.
Macon man accused of killing his daughter's mother was extremely jealous over the woman. According to the warrant from the police,
Yes, Brandon Davis was 30
That's
years
it.
old.
They gave it to Irvin for like 5 seconds, and then they took it
Unfreaking believable.
away.
And all day, actually, I gotta find it somewhere else. And I bet you I'll be able to bring it up.
Well, while he's doing that, we can segue with this real quick. Give a shout out to our buddy Neil Calabro.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote an article in the new Jones Living, which is a free little mag, which is published locally by the Jones County News. This is the spring 2013 edition. And basically, Jones County is right outside Bibb County. It covers Gray and Haddock, Georgia. But then he does a nice article in here about the state of filming in Georgia. So he does a lot of nice little things in this. He's got some great pictures from a lot of us. He mentions a lot of us. We appreciate it, Neil.
Oh, yes.
There's DB and myself doing Nick Chopper, Will Grammer filming,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Martell being strangled. Kevin Brown is a scarecrow. I don't know if you see it, but there we go. Anyway, if you're local or if you're not, go find Jones Living if you want to read about that. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Well,
Bring up
Yeah,
another
it's
one. What the
blocking
chatter
me now.
saying? Who's all here? Let's say good morning. We can say good morning to the chatter.
Good morning, Gray Beard, Shaman, Vorpal Bite, Gamer Girl, Ellen Megan, the Three Bears,
BS Photo Guy.
Yep, him
by
too.
the way, Gamer Girl, thanks for the note. That was great.
Well, actually, the note was from her husband.
Husband.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Under her name. That was very sweet.
That very nice. It's very encouraging to read that.
Probobite says Ebert preferred effeminate movies.
Yes.
Three Bears says, I wonder what he would think of movies today.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Yeah, the one movie I actually finally get a movie that doesn't go straight to DVD 42, and he passes away. So I don't know whether or not if he actually lived long enough to put a review for it.
Well, you know, you never know. He might have got an early screening of it before he died. He may have gotten an early screening of it. Because I imagine some of those critics of his, especially of his power and prominence, maybe get some of those movies a good month or two before they come out.
Possibly.
You know, so.
Well, you probably got sneak previewed. Are we stopped? No.
I'm moving.
Okay, maybe it was probably my computer because
But Vorpal says, I'm waiting for movies to get past this special effects craze and get on with the decent plot developments.
that won't be of another time soon. People are getting happy with like green screen and CGI and stuff. People like to play with their new toys until they get.
That's true. Oh, well, you can still.
It still doesn't
make
deter you
those
from making a
movies.
good
Yeah, you
story.
can make those movies and make sure you don't put special effects in them, or make sure you do it a way in which you
They're
honor
creative.
the old, like Ray Harryhausen. Do it
Yeah.
the old way. Stop motion and things like that. It's Flippin' Friday.
Yeah, I don't know. Stop motion, it's okay to an extent, but
Well, it's great for the time, especially.
yeah, for that time.
I mean, you got to think where they're coming from, and I don't know. I could still watch that stuff now and like it. I mean, I can. We talked about that. Remember how we talked about on here how the original King Kong looks still so creepy and scary
well, yeah.
that it even looks cooler to me than that more hyped up, smoother version by Peter Jackson or even the 1970s.
Well, yeah, because he's crazy because he looked arthritic and just all that. Get your crazy arthritic hands off of me, you know.
Get your crazy, man.
Get some Bengay or something. Loosen up
Yeah.
your joints.
All right, guys, let's talk about what we're going to do for this show in the coming months.
What do you
Because
mean?
we can address this online because we're not having any luck with sponsors, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I've made a call to Quiznos at Derek's behest. Derek, you made a call to Sirius.
Yeah, Sirius Satellite Radio.
Okay. And
Yeah.
basically, both places said we have to put a sort of reel together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, send them a little sample of what we do.
Okay.
So we got to do that.
Okay.
I have no clue how to do it. We got to sit here and watch some old stuff, guys. Ed, I guess, is the one that's going to have to know how to transfer it onto the disc through these laptops.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how to do it,
You
Darren?
better talk to Ed.
I know.
Well, I mean, I think maybe it's going to take a while though, because we've done hundreds of, well, probably not hundreds, but at least dozens of shows.
We can narrow it down by what we know we've done and about what time period it was in.
Okay.
Like we all agree there was good stuff on the Marion Paris show,
Mm-hmm.
and we could figure that date out of that show. That was fairly recent.
And I know we had one, and from my channel, Derek Barry Films, YouTube channel, that is. I definitely have a best of the at least episodes of the Morning Roast, where we had former Mayor Jack Ellis speaking with us, and also the Macon Beer Company, which gave us like the highest rating I think we had, at least when we were at Roasted.
Yeah.
We had close to almost 400 viewers at that time.
Until we did that nighttime show.
Yeah, until we did the nighttime show.
Boba says, who wants to sponsor a show and one of the hosts alienates the city council?
Warple Bites. He's funny.
Wow.
Their businesses would get a negative reputation.
Well, guess what? The city council is going to be unalienated next time when I go and I start reading off some of these Macon police officer disciplinary records.
And you've got to be more reliable. What do you mean by that, Volbobite?
Shit, we're pretty damn reliable.
How are we not all reliable?
We show up
We've been on the show for 7 months.
And plus, we're doing it for free.
Mix in the Morning is on every day and on time.
They're not on every day. Mix in the Morning is on 5 days a week.
5 days a week.
And they're not even...
Go fuck yourself.
And they're not even on 5 days a week. Sometimes they'll take holidays off that we don't take off.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not even. But Mix in the Morning Verbal Bites not even like comparable.
Yeah, they don't do shit. They just
They
sit
don't.
there.
And also they don't.
Yeah, that's right. You guys do the same thing.
They don't give you they don't give you any bang for your buck. They go to a commercial like every 10 minutes, right? In a 3-hour show, you go to commercial every 10 minutes.
If they're so good, Volbobite, why aren't you on
and
there?
then in those 10 minutes, they talk about nothing. They don't direct anything.
No, you don't. It's not about honesty, Volbobite. Take a look. Why aren't you watching Mix in the Morning? Because it bores the crap out of you.
Volbobite's entitled to his opinion. I want his honest opinion.
Why don't you go watch it then? You don't want to be on here, it's alright. I will miss you and your stupid ass comments, but go watch Mix in the Morning and see how long you'll last.
Volbobite, I appreciate
And they don't really give a crap about anything you have to say. How's that? Those rednecks. And it figures that you will like Mix in the Morning since they're rednecks like you are.
Volbobite never said he liked them. Where'd you get that he said he liked them?
Yes, Winchester, I'll do that.
What did Winchester say?
Control your breathing, it's too early.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to tell her to stop smoking.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't know why the hell he keeps buying cigarettes.
I don't know either. It's an addiction.
You should buy the cigars. Cigarillos.
Yes, I need to go back to cigars. Carnival Cruise.
Good morning.
Who is casting? I like that. Castaway, casting. Who is casting that shadow on your face?
The balloon.
Balloons.
Oh, the balloon.
There are hospital balloons.
Yeah, and it's weird how well they stand up. I mean, it's been almost a month.
It's called helium.
Yeah.
Plus, I think it helps that the fan keeps them kind of blowing around.
Anyway, it's hard, ain't?
What's hard?
I don't know. He just said it's hard, ain't?
It's my day.
The Vorp is
it's all
not
about
gonna
me
leave.
because that's why I'm sitting here, because I'm relaxing today.
Vorp is never going to leave. He's like a leech. He's like a cancer. Once it's there, it won't go away. But we're glad he's here. Believe me, he makes the show extremely interesting. I was actually a little concerned about him the day that Daryl was on, that he would say something so bad that Daryl would freak out.
Daryl?
Okay, Irv, the entire world is misguided.
You know, the guy that was on wanted to know about, about the rules and stuff.
I thought you meant on our actual show, sitting here. Okay, Daryl, okay.
I'll agree with that one, Vorpalbite. Irv, the entire world is misguided. Uber mega corporation should be knocking down your door with sponsorship money. You're right. I mean, look, here I'm running for for a Bibb County commissioner. There's no money coming in. Everybody's got money except me.
Well, you got to understand that, Irvin. A lot of people don't want to support you.
I know.
Also, a lot of people don't want to give you money because they don't think it's going to go towards what you say it's going to go towards.
Well, that's up to them.
You know, I mean, they might think you're going to go buy cigarettes or weed or something with it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why they're probably a little hesitant to
Who
give
knows?
you money.
But they never saw me do that. So
But you got to start making your
that's just an assumption.
no. But you got to start making your walks around. You need to start knocking on doors and introducing yourself.
I know.
I mean, no time like the present.
Well, remember, I'm not even whatever the approved, whatever the freaking word is. I can't think
You
of it.
haven't paid yet.
Yeah, I haven't paid yet.
Yeah, but
and
nobody
I have
else
to pay
has
till
either.
the end of the month.
Yeah, but nobody else.
So all these guys that are going around doing all this politically, they're not even qualified yet.
Right, but
Right.
the thing about it is that I think kind of makes you make sure you qualify, because once you put your name out there and you put your signs out there like Kuzno's done, that puts the flame under his ass to make sure he does go.
Yeah, Kuzno put the signs out because I railed on him.
Right. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is that would be a good incentive for you. If
Yeah.
you go out there and put your time into it, then you'll know there's no backing out when it's time to qualify, because you don't want to look like a flake.
Well, let me just say that I have no money to buy signs, so
No.
that's out.
Right.
And I have no money to make cards and signs and all that. And I have no money to pay for the qualifying fee.
But
so
you will by the time
it
it
looks
comes.
like I'm going to have to wait till the last minute and drop out.
What?
And throw my support behind somebody else. Well, if I can't get money, I'm not going to stress over it.
No, but you knew about that. You knew it. When you got your money, you should have put it away and had somebody hold it for you.
I got a landlord that I got to pay rent to. I got bills that I got to pay. And I'm still short on the internet service. We make a cutoff any minute.
Oh my God! It's
Uh-oh.
Flippin' Friday and it's
Really
fucking
Flippin'
all
Friday.
Friday.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't get checks at $4,000 coming back to me at once.
No, but when you figured out your check amount, which you get like what, 1,000, right? Is that-
1,000.
And your rent's $250 or $350?
No, my rent is $370
$370.
plus electric, which is another $160
So
this
that's
month.
$470.
Correct.
Well, no, $530.
$530. And then I had to pay my phone bill. I paid the phone, but I didn't pay that. And I owe money. I got people that I owe money to that are asking me for their money back.
Oh my God! This might be the official. Well, no, I'm sorry. This might be the unofficial announcement on this show right now. Breaking news that Irvin might drop out already.
You never know.
We got it on this show first. Surprise!
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise!
I didn't say I'm dropping out.
No.
I said I'm considering it. Because for me to raise $450 in this town is like me asking, for a miracle to happen. Because these people are never going to do it.
You asking for a kidney or something? Kind of like.
Well, thank you, Carnival Cruise. By the time I get my credit fixed, the campaign will be over. I just need $450.
Vormelbite has it right. He says, Irvin, you dumbass, improvise. Get children to hand make your signs. There you go. If I can hand make signs for the Justice for Junebug stuff and the Down with Rickert and Sutton and Chief Bird stuff.
Listen,
you
I'm
can
already
make
well
signs.
known. There's not gonna be any real issue when it comes to being popular in this town. I'm pretty well known. So do I need to spend as much money? Probably not. Everywhere I walk around, everybody says, I'm going to vote for you, I'm going to vote for you. So I know for a
But they
fact
might
that
not be
people are
believing
aware that I'm around and that I'm a candidate.
So you just have to get that money in. So
Pardon?
basically, Irvin, you just have to get that money in on the 27th.
Yeah, I know.
Irvin, therefore, is saying if you want to give him some money towards his towards his campaign,
Well, we need a PayPal account. You're right,
talk to him.
Winchester. Have you guys created a PayPal a donate button on your page here or elsewhere? No.
Actually, we want Irvin to have his own show on here for an hour once a week where he talks about his campaign.
Mhm.
Is what we want.
Well, I've been putting out videos. Oh, hi, City Bum. Welcome back.
The bum is in the house.
Yeah, I've been putting out videos, and they've been pretty popular. I've been watching how many people are watching it, and everybody's watching them. A couple of them they haven't, but they're just repeats of the ones that I sent out.
Well, bye. I don't think Irvin might not want to be known as the child-friendly candidate.
Yes, I am.
That can be misconstrued.
Yes, very quickly. Misconstrued very quickly.
Right. The child's candidate.
Yes, I am. It's children first. I guess Vorpalbite's been keeping up. I have a feeling you're right, Anthony. Vorpalbite is a neighborhood guy, and he's pretending to be
From somewhere else.
outside.
I never take what a computer tells me as fact on anything. Rarely.
What are you talking about?
Well, especially in these days, you never know who these people are.
yeah,
Never.
that's true.
They could say they're from Timbuktu, but they could actually
Yeah, and
all be
really,
from
they're
this area.
Timbuktu.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly. Because the future's so bright, I gotta wear shades.
Yes.
There you go.
Welcome, Sergio St. James. What's going on?
We've absolutely talked about nothing other than here. Where are the news stories, guys?
Well, I do
It's
have
all about
one.
me today, and I didn't want to bring any news stories in. I
Yeah,
want to
well-
just relax.
Well, we're not interested that much.
We have some news. I'm just getting to it.
Let's do some news.
We have some slow.
So what happened at this forum? The forum yesterday. You were supposed to go. Irvin decided not
I
to
wasn't
go.
supposed to go.
Well,
I
no, you said earlier on
decided
the
to
show
go.
this yesterday morning. You said you were going emphatically on the show.
Who?
You said you were going to go emphatically on the show yesterday.
I know. I couldn't get a ride.
I know, but what I'm saying is, what happened there? Does anybody have any news about how that?
No,
forum
I don't
went?
know. It'll
I mean-
probably show up on today's paper. Who the hell
Well,
knows?
let's see. Derek's. Let's
Well,
find
I'll
out.
tell you one thing.
What?
If I really believe that Elaine Lucas is going to win this guy, because she's out there. She's got a school named after her.
Well, that's her self-made.
You know? Yeah, a self-made
shit,
school
I
that,
could make a
according to
school up
her,
and
is
call it the
accredited
Anthony
by
B.
the state
Harris
of
School.
Georgia. So she's helped a lot of people, let me tell you.
I guess it
And
wasn't
it's
worth
really
talking
hard to
about.
compete with somebody like that. And even Glover told me he's got the hardest candidate against him that he could ever have. You know, him and Tom Ellington. Tom Ellington was easy, and that was hard for him to win. So you could imagine Elaine Lucas.
Well, Tom Ellington won.
What was that?
I said Tom Ellington was the winner.
Tom Ellington was the winner, and he was an easier candidate to debate and so on and so on. And not Elaine. Elaine, think of it this way, guys. You put. I don't know if you guys knew Malcolm X, but his wife.
No, I didn't know him.
Yeah,
Personally.
well,
Sorry.
I had
Wasn't even
heard of
born.
him. Heard of him. He, she is very much like his wife. Very tough. Very, very canny. She knows what to say and when to say it. And there are times when she spurts out stuff that people go crazy for. So she's always in the news. And but in the end, she really does reach to people. She does more than anyone else could do in this city. Really. You know, you have to give credit where credit's due.
They do so much, but it's not worth the news talking about it because Derek cannot find a damn thing about that forum.
Exactly.
on
There
the
it is.
news. No, that's about him entering the race. That has nothing to do
Yeah,
about
I
the
was
forum.
trying to find something.
They won't even. They didn't even want to talk about this forum. They didn't want to give Elaine the time of day in the media.
Obviously.
Look, I mean, there was nothing about this on the news.
Well, and a lot
Because
of
you
it
said
has-
Irvin, you said she put it together, right? That explains why
I
they're-
believe so,
that's
because
why
it's
they're
at her
ignoring-
church.
That's why they're ignoring it, I guess.
It was
Who knows?
you mean Ms. Lucas's church? Elaine Lucas's church?
I guess it's her church, yeah. That's
Yeah.
where she goes.
Shirley, you said. right? It's on Shirley.
Shirling Road.
Shirlington. Ah, well, who cares? All we know is it went on.
And I wasn't there.
We don't know anybody that did go. If you did go and you're watching the show, give us a call. Tell us about it.
Yeah.
How the hell did it go down?
How the hell it went?
But in the meantime, Derek has something else for you.
Yes. Somewhere in Wilcox County, high school students fight to end segregated proms.
Wilcox count?
Wilcox County.
This is Alabama.
No, this is actually here
Georgia.
in Georgia. In a small town like Abbeville, students have grown up with each other since elementary school. It says, but in Wilcox County, Georgia, these high school seniors can't spend time together at prom because it's one of the only counties left where dances are still segregated
Wow.
by race.
No
What
shit.
year we in?
2013.
Still segregated by race.
It says we're basically siblings, says Keela Bloodworth. We spent more time together than anyone else. They've always had the quote-unquote white prom and the black prom, Bloodworth explains. The segregated proms are allowed because the school board is officially not involved with school dances. They're private events run by parents who have created the white prom for years and excluded black children, I guess, and other non-whites. But this year...
Bad parenting.
But this year,
Bad parenting.
But this year, things are beginning to change. For the first time, Wilcox County High School allowed an integrated homecoming court. But even after Quanisha Wallace was elected homecoming queen, she wasn't allowed to the white homecoming party because she's black. Hearing from other students that I didn't want me to go, it kind of saddened my heart a little, said Wallace. So this year, Wallace and her friends are taking matters into their own hands by creating an integrated prom. That's meant booking DJs, making flyers, and hammering out all the details. But while they face some backlash from their community, they've got an onslaught of support worldwide. So far, they say half of the white students in their grade have already signed up to go to their prom instead of the white-only prom. It'll be held on April 27th at the Crisp County Community Clubhouse in Cordele.
Boy, they're going to club each other to death.
Well, there's that young man from 13.
Yeah,
That's
he's
the
cool
one
guy.
I ran into getting the
I like
report. He was the one getting the report on the.
He's a very humble kid.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, my joke I was going to throw in there. I know why those white parents did not want the blacks to be at their prom. Because they didn't want any of that twerking going on.
That's true.
At that white prom. That's it. I'm serious. They didn't want any twerking.
I bet you.
They figure if we let those blacks in our prom, they're going to do that twerking stuff.
They're going to start screwing everybody in the whole doggone room. All the prom queen,
As
the
Irvin said
homecoming queen.
yesterday, they're going to start acting like
the coaches.
primates.
Yeah.
As Irvin said.
Well, that was the reason. Well, that was the reason why they had Jim Crow in the first
Gee,
place.
thanks.
Hello. I can't believe it's 2013. They still talking about.
It's pretty ridiculous.
I mean, even I had an integrated prom back when I was in high school, back in '87. That was over 25
It's pretty
years
ridiculous.
ago.
That's funny.
Jeez.
I'm about to give Channel 13 something to do for their promotions, and you guys can thank me later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Looking at that, you guys better do some kind of commercial for your show, your channel that centers on the year being 2013, right? They need to put like a commercial out. Channel 13, the channel for 2013. You know, and put their logo.
Well, they probably
on the
will
13.
because it's their 60th,
Well, they got it from
their
me.
60th anniversary
You
of
heard
being
it
on
first.
air.
You got it from me. C4 that's why they need to hire this show because we know what we're doing.
Yes.
Anyway, there you go. Yeah, those people need to move into the present day with their proms. We agree on that.
Well, I guess we've got a lot of attention. We've got Striker Ohamis on. Welcome.
Where did we move on the list? We're first. Yeah, baby.
Yes, we're number one, baby.
We started
Thank you
at
very
12. and they
We went
moved
from
us
12 to number one.
It's
Thank
only,
you.
It's only
I
fitting.
love the site.
It's only fitting when the show's about me, we go to number one.
Right.
when it's all about you.
When it's all
Yes.
about you.
We go
There's
to
not
number
much that you said about yourself. You've been kind of rattling off on other stuff.
That's right, because see,
Well, let's talk about yourself.
I decided it's all about me, and today I want to just
Yeah,
relax.
let's
Just
talk
sit
about
here.
you.
I don't want to be
Because I don't think people really know Anthony and
Yeah,
really
they know.
his background. Not only that, but his talent. He's extremely talented guy,
I appreciate
which
that, but I
explains
don't
his
agree.
arrogance.
I don't agree.
Okay, well,
I
Anthony has
appreciate it.
produced how many movies and how many commercials? And directed.
Produced movies 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
There you go.
7.
7 movies.
7 short and long,
Right.
and 4
Commercials.
commercials,
And you wrote how many books?
and a couple of skits, comedy skits I've done.
Yeah.
That you guys have never even seen, which I have to get those put out on YouTube. You guys would love them.
How many books?
4
And
self-published.
he's written 4 books.
Self-published.
And so what you're looking at is a pure artist.
Yeah, you're looking at a guy who's trying to find a way to make it in some way.
Yeah.
You know what we
You're
gotta
looking at a
do
guy
is
who's trying everything.
we have to show a Nick.
What I need to pull out,
Nick
guys.
Chopper.
You guys would find this sacrilegious, but I'm gonna tell you something we did way back in the early '90s, my buddies and I.
Yeah.
And if I put this out on YouTube, of course, it might catch on and go viral. I doubt it. But my buddies and I, a long time ago, we did a parody of Vanilla Ice's Ice Ice Baby video. We made our own video for it. We made it behind Making Little Theater. This is back in 1992, I think, 91.
Yeah.
I have it on VHS still. I got to get it transferred to YouTube. But we called it. I wrote the song, the parody. The lyrics were written by me. We got the music from the actual vinyl.
I gotta hear this.
You do.
Can we bring it?
And we called it Christ, Christ Baby.
Really?
But it's pretty sacrilegious.
Oh. I don't want to hear it.
It wasn't that it was sacrilegious in a way, bad-mouthing them. People would just say it's sacrilegious because we had a guy, Cat Gunner, my buddy Cat, who was playing Jesus in the video, and he's rapping and he's singing, he's lip-syncing the song, and all, and then we have a bunch of us behind him being the background dancers. We got some girls back there, and they're like in their gospel gowns, acting like the gospel, choir. Anyway, we thought it was pretty funny at the time, and we filmed it in like basically one take, and spliced it together in our old like early '90s way of splicing shit together. And it was shown on Scene Stealers way back on when we did the public access show Scene Stealers. We did show it on there. Of course, a lot of my friends I have now that I did not have then have no clue about me doing us making that video. But anyway, way before a lot of these other parody things, we did something called, and I thought the lyrics were pretty clever. Like again, I wrote the lyrics, but it was pretty funny, So because all the lyrics were switched to where he was, talking about the apostles and stuff.
Oh, City Bum.
City Bum. That's true. You should put
got a
him
list
on.
of the audiobooks you did in case I mentioned. Well, I've done so far only 2. One is called Short Stories by Earl Vickers. It's basically the 2 short stories called A Dollar for Your Soul and The Vision Vine. You probably heard actually the people here actually heard an excerpt from it from my demo reel a few days back Wednesday. It was an excerpt of A Dollar for Your Soul, and also an excerpt of the other audiobook I did, basically Cliff Chandler's crime novel The Paragons in audiobook form, which I did the narration as well as all the voices for the characters in that novel. So I've done 2 so far. Hopefully be able to do the sequel, the second book of Chris Chandler's crime novel trilogy, Vengeance is Mine. So it's
Wait a minute, Vengeance is Mine?
Yes.
He wrote a book called that?
Yeah.
That's already a book, isn't it?
Yeah, his. Yeah.
No. I think Mickey Spillane wrote a Mike Hammer novel back in the 50s called Vengeance is Mine. Because I read
Well, I mean,
Didn't he? I mean, I read like 5 or 6 Mike Hammer novels, and I think one of them is Vengeance is Mine. You might want to tell Cliff you might want to change that title because, I mean, he doesn't have to.
it happens.
He doesn't have to, but the thing about it, the problem with that, it doesn't sell your book very well. Because if you're titled the same as another book, especially in the same genre, the same genre. Mickey's Blade and Mike Hammer were crime novels.
Yeah.
And if that's what Cliff Chandler's writing, I've always heard it's not a very good idea to title your book the same as a book that's already known and worldwide known by that same title. But you might want to suggest that to him. Well, it might be too late. Has he already published it?
Well, it's been published.
Oh, it's been. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought this was a new one he was writing. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just saying that I wondered if they'll be able to do the audiobook version of that, since I already done the
Right.
first one. But I think it's maybe book 2 from the sequel of the Paragons, Vengeance is Mine. I think maybe something like that.
T.L. Wilson. I don't know if you were on here, Terry, but a little earlier we talked about the article in Neil Calabro's Jones Living magazine that he wrote. If you were not here, I mentioned it, gave a shout out to it, showed a few pictures from it. I guess you saw it, Terry, but he mentions you in here as well. He mentions all of us. Of course,
Is
he got most of
42?
my shit wrong, but that's okay. That's
Is
what,
your picture in there?
yeah, a few of them are. That's what happens when you don't go and send information to somebody who's doing an article.
Oh.
Because in Neil's defense, I didn't really send him anything, but I thought Neil would have known to at least look on my IMDb page and would have figured out that I was not born in Macon, Georgia, and that I never left here.
Yeah.
Since he says I've never left Macon, born and raised. No, I wasn't born here, and I left here a lot of times.
Well,
No, but there's good
what do you
pictures.
expect from the press? They never get it right.
Well, I mean, again, it's well written, though. It's a very well written article. But yeah, no, there's the pictures if you haven't seen it, Terry. We got a picture from Joseph Lavender's Exit 101. We got a picture of Neil with the dummies on 42 set. We got a picture of us, the Middle Georgia Talent Group at the bus outside 42. We've got a picture of Betsy Bridger, which I believe now she goes by Betsy Bloodworth, getting her hair done on the set of 42 or in the holding area. We got a picture of us filming Nick Chopper and the 40 Wolves. And that's it. But yeah, he mentions a lot. Terry, has Terry read it? She saw it. Okay, I don't have to read it then. I was going to read it.
Oh,
to her.
CD Bum and anyone else who are curious about the 2 audiobooks I've done, check them out. I've just put the links to them from 3daudioscapes.com. The short stories by Earl Vickers and Cliff Chandler's audiobook version of The Paragons, narrated and voiced by yours truly. If you want
Page
to check
49,
it out.
Irvin.
If it's not also not only you could get them from both audiobooks from 3D Audioscapes, you could also get them from cdbaby.com, also amazon.com, and iTunes as well.
There you go. It's promotion time on the morning roast. Ed, you got anything to promote? Ed's like, hell no.
I'm working on it.
I just want to smoke my cigarette and work on what I'm working on.
I'm working on something.
Saibuki, why'd you mute me?
Oh, I love this. They put you in there.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're mentioned. My name's in there too.
I know, but I mean,
Yeah. Well, there's
something
David.
else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's Neil. Neil's a buddy of ours. He did a
Damn,
good job
look.
with
Got a cute ass. Who is it?
Mr. Martell.
Yeah.
Irvin just said Mr. Martell has a cute ass. I'll make sure I go tell Martell that.
Yeah.
You hear that, Terry? Terry, Mr. Bad Bonds has an admirer named Irvin Martinez.
And he's short like me.
Yeah, he is.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Irving, rent a circus elephant and paint Morning Roast on the side. You'll get more viewers.
Yeah, but that doesn't go with Irvin's beliefs. He's a Democrat. He's not a Republican. He needs to rent a circus donkey.
I have to get a donkey.
Yeah, not an elephant.
Thanks for your advice. Completely opposite of what I ought to be doing.
Yeah.
Which doesn't surprise me.
So what's next? Hey, Terry, did you mention, or did anybody mention Roger Ebert's passing on the Middle Georgia Talent site? Being that he worked with movies, in movies.
Well,
Irving,
yeah.
rant about something. What's crawling up your craw?
Right now,
In general, like.
right now it's Carnival Cruise. He keeps getting on, making stupid comments, so I had to mute him again.
Oh no.
Saibuki had to mute him.
No, comments are allowed. Don't
No,
mute these people.
Stop being a fascist control freak and so fucking judgmental.
Who said that?
Get him off. Carnival Cruise. What is it about Carnival Cruise? They always screw up.
Wait, who accused you of being a fascist control freak, Irvin?
I don't know. I guess he's talking to me.
Yeah, if you booted somebody, yeah, they are talking to you.
Well, we'll see. Anyway, Carnival Cruise is that's the worst name you could have picked out.
No, I think it's
Those
funny.
boats give the worst service.
That's why he did it. There's
Yeah,
a reason.
yeah.
That's exactly the point. The guy or girl picked a name.
He's
that's
going to
very
be muted every time I see
apropos.
him making a comment. I'm going to mute you until you calm down and start to give stuff on this chat line.
No, I agree
that
with
makes sense.
I agree with Carnival Cruise, Irvin. You can't be a fascist control freak.
On my show, I am. How's that?
It's not your show only.
Well, it's our show.
Right. And
But I will say this.
This partner
I still have a
disagrees with
decision
you.
that I can make.
Well, what about the decision that the
Well,
others
I'll
might
leave it to
want?
Derek. Derek?
On the fence, Derek.
On the I'll
Well,
get to
he's
that.
gonna-
Right
Irvin,
now, I have
He's
a.
going to say, well, I can see both sides.
He's a troll. Thank you, because...
Okay.
Yeah, but we allow trolls on this show.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do. It's freedom of speech. We've
No.
already said that. The best thing is to ignore them.
Every moderator has the
Moderators suck.
yeah. It says Carnival Cruises need to be towed.
Carnival
Out of
Cruises.
here.
Carnival Cruises need to just sit in the water. And
Yeah,
sink.
sink.
and fester a lot of flu bugs and bird flu
Actually,
and disease and foodborne disease.
truth be told, on another note, speaking.
Well, let's please. This is very important to do, Derek. But let's not go from how terrible the Carnival Cruises are to this very important story.
Why not?
Actually, let's go. Well, because it just seems like our segue is
Oh,
really
okay.
tasteless. But anyway, let's do it. Amber Alert.
Okay, yes, we have an Amber.
Derek. No.
No.
I'm just kidding.
That's terrible. No, you're not.
I am kidding. 'Cause
I'm
I know
just kidding.
I already know who it
Skin
is.
hands.
No, I already
Anyway.
saw. I already
I
know who
can't
it
stand
is.
it.
I know it's not Derek because I read who it was.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I am kidding.
No.
I know it's.
Well, yes,
it's
there-
the guy. It's the guy who whipped his daughters with the wire.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, that's why I said that.
What, they
Tell
ran
me.
away?
Tell
Okay,
me.
let's hear the story
Tell
for
me,
crying
I'm
out
not
loud.
kidding. There we go.
Okay, this says.
Well, no, the Amber Alert, and then go back.
Oh, okay, the Amber Alert. Okay, I'll go into the Amber Alert.
That's more important.
Due to the grandmother's, the Haken boys' grandmother 911 call.
Wait a
there's-
minute, Derek. I gotta say that was a terrible
Oh,
intro to that
excuse me.
story. He didn't even tell him what he was talking about. He just goes, "Well, due to the grandmother of the Haken boys." I'm thinking these people have no clue who the
Well,
Haken.
excuse
oh,
me.
There you go.
Grandmother's emotional 911 call after Chase and Cole Haken, her grandsons,
There you
are
go.
kidnapped. There is an Amber Alert for Chase and Cole Haken. Chase is a 4-year-old white male. He's 3'9" tall, 44 pounds, and his brother, 2-year-old Cole, is 3 feet tall and 33 pounds. I remember from the line that they had on Channel 13, who also had that Amber Alert. They were last seen with their parents, Joshua and Sharon Haken, and they were both driving a black 2006 GMC pickup truck with a license Florida tag U95KT. Excuse me.
So Derek, did you just tell me they're with their parents?
Yes.
So why is this an Amber Alert if the kids are with their parents? I'm lost.
Well, it says Patricia Hauser tells the dispatcher her son-in-law, Joshua Haken, had just tied her up and kidnapped his 2 sons, 4-year-old Chase and 2-year-old Cole. She says he's not supposed to be
that's what I
near
need to
them.
hear. Okay, he's got a restraining order on him.
Yes.
Okay, it just came across like they were seen driving with their parents, and I'm thinking, how's that an Amber Alert if you're kids and you're with your parents?
Yeah.
Okay, so he was told not to be with them.
Yeah.
Basically, the grandmother was in custody of him. Is that what it says?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he's not
But
supposed
what
to
happened
be.
to the mom?
Well, it says.
Okay, there it
well,
is.
Going into that, yeah.
Yeah.
He says he's not supposed to be near them. He's been missing for 9 months, she tells him.
All right.
He tied me up. I was able to remove myself with a pair of scissors, and they've been gone for half an hour. Sources say that that Haken was not armed at the time of the kidnapping. They're still searching for his 2006 Black Sierra pickup truck with a Florida license U95KT, and say it could be anywhere by now. As survivalists, he and his wife Sharon could be at a remote campsite or perhaps heading towards sympathizers in California. Colonel Donna Luziskin.
Probably Yushinsky. It's probably something like
Yushinsky with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office say the concern right now is for the well-being of the children and spreading word of their abduction.
Right.
Says we're working on getting information about the children onto the billboards across the southeast and southwest portions of the country. While they do not believe the children are in immediate danger, sources describe that the Hakens are armed survivalists who have spoken about Armageddon. So they're armed and dangerous. And last June, they were headed to the West Coast with the boys. They got into trouble with Slidell, Louisiana. Police in Louisiana say that the Hakens were attending an anti-government rally and were later arrested for creating a disturbance at their hotel. In their room, police found drugs, weapons, and the 2 boys. So the couple were also alarmed authorities at telling about completing their ultimate journey and taking a journey to Armageddon, quote unquote, somewhere in California.
Let me explain. Let me say something real quick about the way that's written, though. And I'm not defending these parents because I don't know them. But this right here is an example of the media, bad media right here. This is an example of why people don't get things right. And I'm not saying it's not the kind of drugs they say. But when they say in their room they found drugs, weapons, that is such a vague drugs. I mean, so hell, what they find? Aspirin? Bufferin?
Flintstone vitamins?
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
They found drugs.
No,
probably
but
marijuana.
No, but they need to say that because that's exactly the point they're making. They're trying to already tarnish this couple by saying drugs, knowing that most people that don't think deep down are going to think what? Illegal bad drugs. They're going to think cocaine, marijuana, you know. But in actuality, the drugs could have been vitamins, Bayer, Buffer, you know what I mean?
I doubt it.
No, but that's the
They wouldn't have mentioned it. Oh, they walk in a room and find
but
bottles
that's the
of
shit
pills.
the media does. That's exactly the stuff they do. They don't get the specifics sometimes.
I know that.
And then what's it do? What's it do? It makes people out. And I'm not saying this couple's not a bad couple, but it makes people out worse than they might be.
Well,
Because when you go, hey, we found drugs in the room. Well, shit, a lot of things are drugs. It doesn't mean it's an illegal drug.
Vorpalbite says in Indiana it's a felony to remove your children from the state if the grandparents complain. What do you think of that?
Well, what state did this happen in? Florida?
Indiana.
No, this happened in
Tampa,
Florida.
Florida.
So
Yeah.
what
This
the hell's
happened
your
in
point,
Florida.
Vorpalbite?
He's just-
I'm just
he's
kidding
saying
with
in
him.
his state.
Yeah, I know. I'm just messing with him.
Anyway, loosen the caps would help your cause. What does that mean?
I guess don't write in big caps. Is that what somebody's saying? Loosen
No.
the caps will help your cause.
LOL, I doubt it. Wait a minute. They lost their kids for being preppers?
Oh,
That's Vorpalbite.
I guess
Preparing for Armageddon.
Preparing for
Yeah.
Armageddon.
Yeah.
Well, who knows the reason? That's the whole point I'm making is the way the article's written, we don't really know these parents, but the media is automatically making them out as bad guys and villains. You know what I mean? By the way they write it. That's my point.
Yeah.
They might be very concerned parents that don't like the
Exactly.
direction.
That's what it sounds to
But-
me. These people
but
are
they're-
targeted for their anti-government political opinions.
That's right. They
And
might be very
claim of
concerned.
drugs and guns are an excuse.
That's right. That's the point I'm making.
That's Vorpalbite.
Well, you see, right? We kind of agree, Vorpalbite. That's kind of the point I'm making. Is the media makes that out to make those two out like they are just the most villainous people on the planet, and
Yeah.
they might have problems. I'm not saying they're not. I don't know. But don't-
Saibuki says being being a socially acceptable junkie is better than just being a junkie.
No, but that's the problem with government and some of this medical crap that they dispense. Is that they act like it's okay to take stuff that's legal. That's why they put our kids on all this crap.
Yeah.
Or try to. All this crap like Prozac and all this shit that I think people shouldn't even be taking. Because it's legal.
It says being first is most important. This is interesting. Even if the facts are not correct. Being first, what do you mean by that?
He means that all the media outlets want to be the first to report stuff.
Yeah.
They want to be, that's why that kind of goes with us. That's why when we were the first to report, there was no warrant.
Yeah.
These few things that we are the first to report, they try to ignore us, but they can't ignore the fact that we beat all these other local media outlets to certain things.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it says veterans are also being targeted as mentally ill, though the VA, through the VA, and have their guns confiscated. You see that? What's happening now?
I saw the billboard yesterday up over on Riverside Drive of the two boys. When that Amber Alert went off, or not when it went off, but
Yeah,
few hours.
Winchester says, I have 26 students in my homeroom. 14 of them are on meds, morning and noon.
And see, that's ridiculous. And that's the drugs they could have been talking about in that article.
Possibly.
The drugs that were found could have been drugs that, like, the parents are on, prescribed by doctors. Could have been Prozac. Could have been whatever. What else do they? What else
Well,
do they
Belly Button Fuzz says that's a sign of the times. And Count Von Bangham says, look, the VA has failed.
I like that name, Count Von
Yeah,
Bangham.
look, the VA has failed the vets miserably.
I like that name, Count Von Bangham.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. And Belly Button Fuzz says, back in my day, you just got on with it.
Oh, banging. Okay, I thought it was bang like
Well,
EM.
that's how I pronounce
I like bang
Bangum.
better. I like bang.
Yeah, Count Van Bangham.
Mm-hmm.
Back in my day, ass pirates were ridiculed and forced to live in the shadows as it should be. Huh?
Who said that?
Daniel Lardner.
Daniel Lardner. He's attacking the gay people.
He's attacking gay people. That's exactly right.
Right.
Count Van Bangham. Look at Jackson MS hospital scandal. Now, there was a shooting at the police station there. Banging.
Banging.
Yes.
Count Von Bangham.
Says
I like
Mississippi is a shithole state.
Gamer Girl, where the hell has Bean been? I don't know.
Well.
Should be on.
Bean was on yesterday.
Yes.
Bean was all over it yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
It's Friday though. It is flipping Friday. Some people just don't want to wake up with us.
Yeah,
and I don't
no,
blame
the
them.
link was, yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
They don't want to start their weekend off wrong,
Yeah, I
so they
know.
don't wake up with us.
For some reason. I don't know why. I don't know. But speaking of delinquency.
And don't laugh at prejudice jokes. That's just wrong.
I laugh at everything.
Yes.
We're supposed to laugh.
Well, are you going to laugh at this one right here?
I might.
Okay, this story right here says teen arrested for threatening brother over Cheetos. Coffee guy, is this ever? Did you ever threaten him, or did you
No.
threaten him?
We didn't fight over potato chips.
What
Okay,
they fight over?
Just wondering because this story is in
Oh, it
Athens.
is in Athens.
Police in Athens
Oh man.
have arrested a 14-year-old girl for allegedly threatening to stab her brother over a bag of Cheetos. The Athens Banner Herald reports the unidentified girl Tuesday told police she has anger issues. Police say the fight broke out when the boy tried to get some of the chips out of the bag.
Wow.
When the girl pushed her brother away, causing the bag to split, spilling the powdered puff-corn snacks to the floor.
Wow.
Police say the girl's mother took the knife from her and subdued her until police arrived. She was charged with simple battery and is in the custody of sheriff's deputies. Last week, Athens police arrested a 14-year-old girl who threatened to light her family's apartment on fire over a missing can of soda. What is going on?
Oh, we just broke a rule right there.
What?
We're gonna get banned.
What?
Right below that story, it says, Associated Press, all rights reserved. This material may not be published, broadcast, rewritten, or redistributed. I love it.
Well,
Too late now. I hope you recorded that one, Ed. This show is going to hell in a handbasket quick. I mean, if we're really, we are on break. If we're really worried about all that, hell, we just broke that one.
well, we'll worry about that. We'll worry about that on our commercial break. It's 9 o'clock right now.
I love
It's
it.
9 o'clock. You're watching the Morning Roast live from the Nut House. It's 41 degrees, partly cloudy,
Getting better.
with a high of 69 and a low of 44 degrees.
I think.
We'll be right back.
Yes.
We'll be back.
I told you to stop checking the windows, you hear me?
That's why you gotta go slash their tires sometimes. Ooh, they both got hit.
That was a subway station.
They both got hit. The girl.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, 502.
But see, I bet a lot of these cops were sued. The cities were sued. I bet a lot of these cities were sued over this. Oh, that guy's in a wheelchair.
This is so disturbing.
So you still think we shouldn't slash police tires?
No, I think they did that wrong.
I know, but what's the difference in the cops here in Macon? In certain precincts.
Police say there is a family connection to a traffic accident that happened this afternoon on Sherling Drive. Macon PD Public Information Officer Jamie Godet says an SUV driven by Shakita Johnson was heading north on Maynard Street approaching Sherling when she was hit by a family member, Satori Lyons, who was following behind in a moving storage truck. Now the truck jumped the curb and tore a light pole out of the parking lot of the Kentucky Fried Chicken. No one in the restaurant was injured, and citations were written for Satori Lyons, who was charged with following too close and being an unlicensed driver. Jeff? Consolidation of Macon amid...
Patty Burke eats pounds of goldfish crackers each week, but last week she found one she believes is a sign from God.
Oh, hell.
I pick them up one by one and I look at each individual goldfish. And when I picked this one up, I knew he was special. He had a cross on him and he had a crown circled by his head, something I'd never seen before out of all the goldfish I've eaten. I was like, this is a special goldfish.
At first, she thought the unusual markings on the snack that smiles back were a sign she'd won a prize.
It's even more special than that, you know, winning the prize, because they had no promotion going on. And they were amazed.
She went to church on Easter Sunday, and the message was about the fish as a symbol of the Christian faith.
So resurrection and the fish, two things that don't necessarily are put together very often. But it was very interesting that God put that on my heart to speak about that. And Patty found her goldfish with the sign of the cross on it.
What do you think that means?
I think it's a sign. I do think it's a sign, and I think it points to. I would hesitate to call it a miracle, but I think it points to the miracle, which is Jesus Christ defeated death, and that's what Easter is all about.
2 minutes.
Patty thinks it's a sign that God is present in her everyday
That's
life.
true.
Up one at
You
a
don't have to
time,
be sitting
look
here when
at
we
it,
come
you know,
back.
and maybe that's why the Lord chose me, because He knew I wouldn't eat it before it could
Whenever
be
you
made
are,
known. I knew it.
And we are back.
You're right, Robobite. Dang Mexicans think everything's a sign.
I don't think that one was a Mexican.
No, but I know what he's saying.
Yeah.
I know what he's saying.
Well, anyway, you're
I
watching.
see the knives.
Yeah.
Anyway, you see, it's 9:06 a.m. The second hour of the morning roast live from the Nut House in adjacent downtown
And look,
Macon,
we got
Georgia.
somebody else replacing Urban for a minute. That little Jack in the Box is
Yes.
sitting there in Urban's seat.
Yes.
And look, that one can't speak. They're about the same height, though.
Yes. Yeah. With also the other co-host is Anthony V. Harris and
That's
yours
it.
truly, DB Derek Barrett, and behind the camera is Making Karaoke Ed Einbinder. It's April 5th, 2013. It's 41 degrees outside Macon, Georgia. It's cloudy with some showers, very few morning showers, with a high of 69 and a low of 44, which is I guess good news if you're not crazy about the rain, because it's going to get a little bit warmer and warmer as next week comes around the corner. It's going to be a lot of 70s.
Very nice. Look at that.
A lot of 70s and 80s.
Wednesday, 85.
Yes. Tomorrow.
Quick shout out to my daughter, whose play opens tonight. The play she's in, the musical, The Music Man at Theater Macon. I'll give them a shout out. Reservations, call 746-9485, 746-9485, area code 478. If you want to go check out The Music Man, it starts tonight and runs through April 20th with a few days dark in between.
Right, that's very good.
That's going on this weekend. What else is going on this weekend? Anything? We're slowly coming up on time to film here again in Macon, Georgia. Need for Speed is supposed to start filming sometime in late April.
Yeah.
They say April 23rd, but in the business of movies, you never know if a date's going to stay the same.
That's very true.
That changes a lot. We'll see what happens, but waiting still for the reply and response from Tammy Smith Casting, who is running the casting of that, or the extras casting anyway.
Yes.
And sent my stuff in a while back with Chris Payne as well. We sent it in at the same time, I believe. We'll see what happens with that. You know, I don't see it, but I was told years ago by a friend.
Yeah.
And you guys decide. I don't agree. I had somebody tell me before that they thought, and I had hair at the time, let's say. I'll say that I had hair at the time. But they said I look like Michael Keaton. I don't think I look like Michael Keaton.
Yeah, you kind of do.
But if that's true, and they believe that,
well, without
there,
a
Tammy,
beard,
if they believe that in Tammy Smith Casting, hey, hook me up as a stand-in for him if he's going to be here in Macon, Georgia.
That's very true.
I'll be a stand-in. I'll take that paycheck.
Definitely.
So
I may consider being a stand-in for Denzel if I ever get in the movie. I just had to get some.
But I don't know. See, the thing I don't know is the height thing. It's more than just facial look. Because the main thing with stand-in is you have to have the same height.
Yeah.
And build also.
Okay.
Because the whole reason the stand-in is
they
there
make
is
it a
for
little
them to
bit
set
chunky,
the, well, I mean, they set the lights and stuff with the stand-in. They set the lighting. They set different things. And you have to be the same frame as the actor or actress
Exactly. Not
in
just
order
the
for the
height.
lighting to be set. You know, because it's more than just the look thing. But we'll see what happens with that. Hey, it's a good thing when they film down here, even if even if it's a movie that possibly will be really crappy.
Yes.
Because most video game movies and most board game movies are pretty bad movies, in my opinion. But we'll see what happens.
Okay. Well, as you also know, I'll just go ahead and get some of these.
Get it out of the way.
Yeah,
Here we
get out
go,
of the way.
gamer girl.
Yes, there are a few NBA scores here. Chicago Bulls beat the Brooklyn Nets 92-90. Denver Nuggets beat the Dallas Mavericks 95-94. The Oklahoma City Thunder beat the San Antonio Spurs 100-88. I don't have that much baseball, professional league baseball, but just to get this out of the way, I've been telling you about March Madness and the road to the Final Four, which
That's
is
this weekend, right?
Yeah, this weekend in Atlanta. So
who are the finals again?
The final four teams are going to be Louisville versus Wichita State. That's going to be playing tomorrow night at 6:05 p.m.
Jump off at 6:05 or thereabouts.
Yep. And also the other two teams in the Final Four, Michigan versus Syracuse, also playing tomorrow night on April 6th at 8:49 p.m.
There we go.
So
what are your picks, Derek? Real quick. I have no clue about all this. I don't follow it. I'm just going out on a limb and say the final two are going to be Louisville and Syracuse. That's just my joke. My guess. I have no reason behind that. I'll say Louisville, Syracuse is the final.
I think it's going to be Louisville versus Michigan.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. Irvin, who do you think? Who's going to be in the Final Four? Or do you care?
I really don't care. But I will say this. Who's going to be the Final Four to get booted off the show? Because it seems like everybody's...
going at it?
Yeah, well, I mean, these guys get on. They're just a bunch of trollers.
But it's Flippin' Friday.
And they start making stupid comments.
It's Flippin' Friday.
That piss some of these folks off.
It's supposed to be flippin'.
We're talking about people here that have been on our show now going on 7 months.
Yes.
And they're now really the ones that police the show. And I'm so glad for that. You all are moderators for a reason. Those that have been with us for a while. I want to keep up the good work. I'm glad that you guys are doing it.
But I kind of disagree with it because I said from the beginning, I think we should allow everybody to say stupid shit on here, even if we don't like it.
Yeah.
Just ignore them. Because once you start policing, then you give people the policing power, and they start policing.
It's
under,
not
under,
about policing
under
anything,
their
is it?
beliefs. But they
I don't want to read something like
well, don't read it.
fags, this and that. No,
But then
I
ignore
think
it.
they don't want to read it either.
Ignore it. Scroll past it. Ignore it. The person will get tired of typing it, and they'll disappear.
Yeah.
And the only thing with policing is you start putting your own beliefs into it when you start policing, and then it becomes what? Tyrannical and a dictatorship.
Whatever.
That's what
This is coming from a guy who
That's the
goes
truth.
and
Irvin,
and
because
does
you don't
whatever the hell he wants.
Irvin, because you don't like the word
and you
faggot.
want to allow other people
no,
to do whatever the
but
hell they want.
because you don't like the word faggot, you want to get rid of people for saying it.
No, I'm just saying.
That's not the way it
That's
should work.
just one example.
But that's not the way it should work. What if I don't like the word I'm running for state office? And what can I say? Hey, take that guy out of here because he says he keeps saying I'm running for office. I mean,
Whatever.
see, that's kind of
Whatever. I'm not going to get into it.
I know. I'm just saying that's what happens when you police. It gets to be personal, which it shouldn't be personal. This show should be all encompassing. It should deal with everything.
Yes.
Different opinions and agreeing opinions.
Yeah.
Speaking of Louisville, Kevin Ware, University of Louisville basketball player Kevin Ware said he didn't think his team would have made it to the Final Four if he didn't reassure his teammates and coaches that he was going to be okay after his leg fractured during Louisville games
bullshit.
against Duke Sunday night.
So this guy thinks because he told him it's going to be okay, they went ahead and won.
Not necessarily.
Come on.
Well, like come
Thank
on,
you,
man,
Greg
come on. What about win one for the Gipper? You remember
No,
that?
but I don't ever believe. I believe people are going to win if they really play their ass off and they try hard. They're going to win.
But winning it for
I think even if this guy Kevin Ware said, "Oh, I'm not going to be okay, guys. My leg's in pain," they probably would have still won.
Hey, Belly Button
think
Fuzz
so?
agrees with me.
That-
You never allow an asshole to take over a room.
But
There you go.
But Belly
My
Button,
point well
but
taken.
Belly Button, you're only allowing them to take over the room by replying to them and
They
acknowledging
keep
them.
writing,
Well,
Anthony.
ignore it.
They keep
Well,
writing.
ignore it. Well, shit. Who keeps writing stuff
If you
about
do not police the trolls, flood of chat room,
Irvin.
disabling the chat room.
Irvin, who keeps writing shit about you
whatever.
on Facebook that you can't delete? People will say stuff about you all the time, but you can't delete it, and yet it's still there, but you ignore it, right? I mean, like, say someone goes
Not
on their own
really.
page and says something about Irvin Martinez.
That's my problem. I don't ignore it.
But you have to. That's my point. The thick skin has to come into order. The thick skin has to play. Okay,
He
go,
has to
Derek.
play,
We're
yes.
trying
Keep
to
going.
Kevin Ware was soft-spoken and emotional as he rehashed the details of his freak accident on the court. During the game, the 6'2" sophomore guard sustained a gruesome open leg fracture where his leg appeared to snap in half.
Yes.
He was taken off the court into surgery at Methodist Hospital in Indianapolis Sunday night. Said it was one of those things where I couldn't believe it. I honestly didn't feel the pain. It was more of a shock. Ware said he didn't realize at first what had happened until he saw Rich Pitino's face as he ran out to the court to help him. He says he went to help me. He glanced at my leg and his eyes got huge. Ware said I looked down at my leg and it was just automatic shock. Pitino said the hardest thing to do was get his players motivated and focused to win after Ware was escorted off the court. We all know he's from Atlanta. Let's get him back there. Let's get him home, he said to his players, since Atlanta's going to be the home for the Final Four.
Right.
So Ware's teams soldiered on and beat Duke 85-63 in the Midwest Regional at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis for a spot on the Final Four. In fact, night before last, it was last night actually. I think Kevin Ware was on David Letterman last night, and he actually talked. That was really good. He was recuperating quite well. He seemed to be in good spirits.
Right.
And in fact, I think for that night they actually had the top 10 things that was on Kevin Ware's mind when his leg snapped. The number 10 was what's that loud cracking sound?
Whoa.
Number 9, this is, I hope this doesn't leave a bruise. Number 8, hey look, my tibia. Number 7, ouch. Number 6, did it go in? Number 5, oh boy, hospital food. And number 4, tape it up, coach, I'm staying in. Number 3, they fired Leno?
Oh, man, yeah, in a year and a half.
Number 2, heat then ice, or ice then heat? And number 1, at least my bracket's not busted.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! It's the top 10.
There we go.
There we go.
Thank you, DB.
Thank you. He was a good sport with this, with Shanahan.
He should be.
Yes.
But to me, a team's going to win if they really want to win, regardless.
Oh yeah.
If the guy gave him a pep talk or not.
That's true.
And let's keep in mind, Louisville is what?
Louisville is number 1. Ranked
Yeah,
number 1.
there you go. So maybe even if the pep talk was like, guys, I can't make it. I'm in pain. I hate this. I'm going to just go cry in the corner. Louisville probably would have still won because they're number 1.
Yeah, but it's Duke though. Duke is one of those.
Well, Duke's out of it.
Well, yeah, it's out now, but they're usually the perennial guys that always end up in the March Madness.
This
Elite
was
Eight,
definitely the year of
Final Four.
upsets in the March Madness. There were a lot of upsets.
No doubt about that.
A lot of them.
Speaking of upsets, though, there's going to be is 3 days. No, 2 days. 2 days to WrestleMania 29.
Oh, there we go. Let's get wrestling.
Will there going
out
to
of
be?
the way.
Will it be? Will John Cena? You Can't See Me will get his redemption and defeat The Rock, or will The Rock will give him a double candy ass whipping, an encore performance beatdown on John Cena Sunday night on pay-per-view? Can you smell what the roast is brewing?
All right, baby.
That's a good tagline.
Yeah.
I like that.
Just getting me.
It's better than yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby's so played out.
It's so played out.
But you know what's so funny? Every time I watch my son or daughter or even myself play Mario Kart, you know, the video game Mario Kart,
Yeah.
you know who says yeah, baby in that, don't you?
He does?
No, you don't know who does say that?
No.
Wario.
Wario?
The bad Mario.
The Bizarro Mario?
The evil Wario.
Kenny.
When you pick him to play that character, a lot of times throughout it he goes, yeah, baby. No lie. Which is where you must have got it from. That and of course Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Why is it going to be your last day, Islands Patriot?
Because it sucks, probably.
Well, I think he said he's being forced to.
Forced to what?
I don't know. To get off the show.
I agree with Island. See what happens, Irvin? When you start designated who stays and goes by what they say, the show loses all meaning.
No, look.
It does. I didn't pay for it.
I
didn't get into the show to tell people who to
saying it's
stay.
us doing it.
No, but my point is that's why we should never do that. My whole idea behind the show on my side of it, my 25%.
I know, because you don't give a shit about what
no, because
anybody
it
says.
doesn't make sense. Because then we become Mix in the Morning. If you, that's what Mix in the Morning does. Hangs up on people that don't say what they want to hear. Kicks them off the show if they don't say phone call. Is that Donnie Curry? That's my point, Irvin. We don't want to become Mix in the Morning, right? We do what Mix in the Morning does not do.
Hello? Hold on, Graybeard.
Graybeard.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
How you doing,
very
my
good.
Thanks
brother?
for calling.
I just wanted to sound in on the stuff. It's not about what people say. It's a matter of being polite. I used to work at a strip club, and the rules were be polite or be gone.
Right. Mm-hmm. But wasn't the politeness at a strip club involving actual touching and putting physical pressure to someone else?
No, you get touched, you get tossed.
Exactly. That's the difference in this show. We're not actually physically touching each other. These are just words typed on a screen.
That's great, and my personal, and of course it's your show, your rules, and I respect that. But for me, you can disagree with me all day long until you get rude, in which case that's the end of the conversation.
Right, I understand that. But the thing about it, if you have an opinion, and let's say, I mean, what's to say what's rude? I mean, that's a fine line also, right, Graybeard? I mean, you might find being called a faggot rude, and then there might be a lot of buddies that hang out at home every day together, drink some beer, and they jokingly with each other all day long call each other faggot, right? And they don't get offense to it.
If I can't say that in a public, business, or scholastic setting,
right,
without people twisting their head around and going, how can you say that at work or at school or at a social setting,
Right.
which is what this is,
Right.
then that's it. That's how I define rude. Like I said, you can disagree with me. You can say I'm wrong. You can say I'm uneducated.
Right.
You start using certain words that just for the sake of you're using those words not to make a point. If you want to talk about a faggot as a bunch of wood or the history of the word faggot, that's one thing.
Right.
When your argument diminishes to calling names and insults, you no longer have a discussion. You're no longer trying to make a point. You're trying to hurt the other person, and that's rude. That's where I call it. And of course, your show, your rules, and I respect that. But that's where I come from.
Right. We appreciate your call. We appreciate your opinion, and that's a valid opinion that some people agree with you about. My thing is just I think the better thing to do is ignore it, and they'll
they just keep going. They don't want you to ignore
they'll go
them.
away
That's the
eventually,
point.
and they won't return the next time we do a show.
Yeah.
If they keep
Right,
getting ignored,
I
I just kind of
by muting them.
right. I just
Everyone
kind of
gets
think
to ignore them.
I just kind of think that it's, and again, it's always going to be one of those black and white areas. People are either going to be the way you feel, Graybeard, or they're going to be kind of the way I feel. And you're right. I don't think you should be rude just to be rude and to be obnoxious. I agree.
Okay, look at this. Chef of the Future, Gamer Girl, you're a simplistic cunt for banning me. I will troll you to death, you shanky asshole. Who wants to read that?
Well, I agree. It's rude.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
I agree. It's rude. But let me.
This is a perfect example of what I'm talking
about. But let me
about.
put it this way. I love this conversation. Graybeard, do you want to stay on during all this and chime in throughout it, or do you have to go?
No, I don't have to go, but I just wanted to state my opinion as to, like I said, when people start being rude and people start threatening, you no longer have a conversation of any intellectual value.
I see what you're saying. But this is kind of why I wanted you to hang around. Or you can hang up if you want and call back, or you can answer through chats. That's fine. If you do want to stay on the phone and say something, make sure you say it loud so we know you're talking and we stop talking and we hear you. But that's exactly kind of why I like this book I brought in a few days ago called Book of Insults. Because this is really actually, this is a good topic for us to go into. Since everybody's doing this on here and we're all into this topic, let's do this. What constitutes bad words? Because if we start getting into like the language and what's considered educational cut down or rude cut down, that's where we get into a fine line. Because prime example, when you start reading into how some of these old classic writers wrote and some of the stuff they called each other, keep in mind at the time it was very rude. These words might be very soft to us now as a new generation, but at the time they were not soft at all. And this is what I want to bring in. For example, let's do this. And this is not our Eat Your Words. This is just, I'm going to take samples out of this book for this conversation, just for this point. Let's take what William Allen White said about H.L. Mencken, okay? White lived from 1868 to 1944, okay? Now, let me know what's the difference in the harsh language he is using in this paragraph compared to what we do now in our everyday life. He says of H.L. Mencken, with a pig's eyes that never look up, with a pig's snout that loves muck, with a pig's brain that knows only the sty, and a pig's squeal that cries only when he is hurt, he sometimes opens his pig's mouth, tusked and ugly, and lets out the voice of God, railing at the whitewash that covers the manure about his habitat. Okay, and I'm not defending it either way, but what I'm saying is this. What's the difference in that, which is a published printed word about a well-known respected guy, William Allen White, who's talking about another well-known respected guy, H.L. Mencken? Graybeard, go.
Well, as far as the written word goes, that is, it's an editorial. If it's not, that's the wrong media. It's the wrong position to where you can, shut someone up. If they want to state that, then you can either stop reading because there's one person, it's you and that piece of paper. But in a public forum, if a person were to stand up and start reading that aloud in a public forum, the people that are there would have the right to say, we don't want to listen to you. It's like smoking, okay? It used to be that smoking was cool. I don't like smoking when I don't like having anyone around me smoking when I eat. When I eat, I want to taste my food, not the smoke. So, I will ask someone, don't smoke. If I can, I'll take my food elsewhere.
But okay, Graybeard, but isn't when it becomes a health issue? Because I don't agree in the secondhand smoke argument, but let's, for the sake of this, say it's correct. Let's say secondhand smoke does cause health issues. When you're around secondhand smoke, that does become then detrimental to your personal health. But when it's words like you say on a screen, on a page, over the telephone, is it really detrimental to your health?
Okay.
Because let me preface this, Graybeard. Right before that segment I just read about White on Mencken, this is what it said right before that. Mencken, to me, had the right mindset about this. He does what I do, or vice versa. He's older than me. I do what he does. It says right before that verse, it says, H.L. Mencken was a provocative newspaper columnist whose irreverence inevitably attracted retaliation. Mencken gleefully published a sampler of the abuse hurled at him. And then what it is it has a list of things, and the first one I just read by William White, and then it goes down and it has about 5 more that other people wrote about Mencken that he gleefully published. He said, bring it on, basically. Talk bad about me, and I'm gonna show the world you talking, because you know what? He had thick skin. He dished it out himself because he badmouthed plenty of people. I've read some books about H.L. Mencken's writings and letters, and H.L. Mencken was a sharp-tongued guy that went after people big time. But he also took it, and he also published what people said about him. I just think Graybeard and everybody else that agrees with Graybeard that we've gotten so politically correct now, we've gotten so whiny, that we can't even accept people calling us names.
No,
when in the end, it doesn't matter.
All right, don't scream because I cannot scream.
Here's where I'm putting
Wait, Graybeard, go.
Here's where I'm putting up the separation, and I'll give you an example.
Okay.
If you're in a bar and you're drinking and you get drunk, that's fine. The minute you hit the public road, that's not fine, okay? Because now you're affecting everyone else. It's a matter of what you do in private or in a private setting and what you do in public. If you want to write something in a newspaper and someone else reads it, that's between you and that piece of paper. But when you stand up and start reading it aloud to people who really don't want to hear it, that's where the group of people have the right to say, you need to shut up and sit down. It's a matter of being in a private setting or in a setting that is for that. Like, okay, at a pool, even though it's legal here in Columbus for women to run around topless in public, at a pool setting, it's okay to wear a bikini, but you don't wear a bikini at the mall. There's a setting for those things that are appropriate, whether you want to agree whether or not it's appropriate or not, or that it's acceptable or not, to be okay in one place and not okay in another place. I'm just using that as the example. This is a public setting here on the internet. If you have a private conversation with someone, then that's between you and that person. If you're at a meeting of like-minded people, then that's the right setting. But in a mixed forum, in a public setting, be polite. That's all I'm asking, is be polite. If you want to argue, if you want to debate, if you want to present your opinion, that's fine. But the minute you start saying, well, I'm losing the conversation, so you're a dickhead, You're a
Right, but
eyes, foul mouth.
I am total agreement.
right, but
Graybeard.
Graybeard, to me, I think you should allow those people to respond with those words, because you know what it shows the rest of the world and the room? That they've lost the argument. You've won your argument by them just resorting to cunt, dickhead, faggot. That they proved themselves. So what you should do, and everybody else, you should write right below them, well, I won that one, and move on. Because if they can, you're right. If they can't win an argument intelligently, it's going to show. Another thing, I don't necessarily agree with you that this is a public forum, Graybeard.
It is.
No, it takes you to sign up. Doesn't it take you to sign up and become a member?
Yeah, but the public can sign up.
But wait a minute. But anytime you sign up for something, it becomes a membership, right?
Correct.
In a way, there's a big difference between a newspaper, a magazine, which is open for everybody to buy, unless there's an age limit on it, like Playboy.
Yeah.
You can't buy that. If you're buying a newspaper, like Mencken was publishing in, if you buy a newspaper, that's more public. We're talking something you go and you give currency towards. This forum, Blog TV, Vaughn Live, whatever which one you want to call it, in a way is almost a semi-private forum, because you have to go through certain loops in order to become a member of this. You can't just go on here and start writing without signing in first. I think it's kind of different. I think it's
creating
slightly,
an account.
I
Well,
think it's slightly apples and
Let's
oranges.
read what some of the chatters are saying, please.
Go ahead. We got Graybeard still on, if everybody's wondering who's on the
Graybeard,
phone.
stay on.
Thanks for calling, Graybeard. Yeah, if you got to go, we understand, Graybeard. Just stay on if you can. Go, read some, Irvin.
Okay, The Morning Rush, you guys should watch my video, critique or give your opinions, and if you think I should be banned, and that's from Island's Patriot.
Right.
This is a guy who told the city council they would riot if they don't give in to his demand. That was
Vogelbite, of course.
Belly button. No, Daniel people who were brought up, not dragged up, are fighting back and want respect brought back. Correct. Thank you, Belly Button Fuzz. Daniel Lauder, I have noticed a great feature about this site. You can have one user ID with ops, and then you can get another one banned and unban it with the one that the moderator has power over. You couldn't do that on Blog TV. That's awesome.
See, I just think the easiest thing to do is ignore it. But what you have to understand, Graybeard, too, is from the very beginning of this show, when we got together and talked about doing this show before the first day aired, and of course the first day aired, Irvin wasn't even on the show. Irvin was in the hospital. Was sick. It missed like the first week. My whole idea personally on my 1/4 of the show was that I always said from the beginning, I don't want to ban people.
I know.
I don't
well,
want to
that's
silence
your
them.
idea.
I know, but the thing
Yeah, that's
about
only
it,
one opinion.
I know, but the thing about it, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about opinions here. Now, of course, Derek never really said either way. Surprise. I can't really sit here and say whether Derek says to ban him or not. Ed wasn't here. Ed was here, and then Ed moved and came back. Ed, I don't know what Ed felt about it. Gary Ames never really said what he felt about it.
Well, because
Irvin
he's not
and I-
reading the chatters.
Irvin and I...
Unlike you, I
Irvin-
read the chatters. You don't.
But Irvin,
you don't even look at it.
But Irvin, you of all people should understand. You say some pretty harsh stuff in your posts.
I know that.
So do you think people should take your posts down on Facebook?
Listen,
because
most of
you're
my harsh stuff on my posts
It's very harsh.
have to do with you.
No, that's not
okay?
true.
So people agree.
That is not true. You've called out every politician in this town
Drunk
one
with
time.
power.
You
Anthony's not even a chat room user. Ignore him. He is powerless. We will enforce our own
Yeah,
rules.
if
Thank
maybe
you,
Edge
Walter
schedule
White.
had like.
Well, all I'm saying, guys.
What do you have to say
Oh,
about this?
yeah, what do you
He's
say?
the only
Look,
one
look.
yapping away.
What do you say?
Look, the only thing
it's all
is,
about me
the
today.
only time when it should
forgot
be
about
banned is
that.
if it discredit the story or the person that we're talking about. If it's attempt to discredit or to slander a person, even and it's not even true, then and it's constantly going on, then yeah, if you get multiple enough warnings, you know. And
Well, that's the bull crap of it. To me, the best way to live is that you don't put your hands on somebody unless they allow it. You don't touch them. You don't physically do anything to anybody, and you respect their property. You don't go
And their opinion.
Unless an eye for an eye situation. That's the way I live. If they touch you,
You know, it's so funny for a guy who doesn't believe in the Bible.
What?
Seems to use the Bible all the time.
I don't use the Bible.
Yes, you do.
No,
Where do you think an eye for an eye
But I've already
comes
said
from,
an
you
eye for an
dummy?
eye is beyond a Bible. Long before a Bible existed, that mentality existed.
Yeah.
If you don't believe in a God, believe it or not, there was life before a Bible was written by a bunch of guys. Okay? Sorry to announce to you, Irvin, that the Bible did not begin
No,
the
you're
world.
a hypocrite.
Okay?
Because
You bring
first
up
of
a
all, you're
Bible
going around-
which wasn't
you're
even
going
here
around-
from the beginning
you're
of
going
time.
around quoting
So the
Bible
Bible-
scripture.
But it doesn't mean
It didn't
that
just
didn't
come out of thin
exist.
air.
But that didn't. It's not that it doesn't mean
It wasn't.
It
wasn't.
doesn't mean that
it
mentality
wasn't.
didn't
It was
exist.
not the cavemen
So do you
who
think-
came up with
do you-
that thought.
But there were people after the caveman and before the Bible was written that came up with that thought, Irvin.
Yeah.
There you go. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. If you don't do those other things, what's the big deal with what people write about you or say about you? It's words.
It's not. Look,
It's
I know
frickin'
it's words, but it's also sets a tone.
You make it hurt
sets
you.
a tone.
You make it hurt you.
These
Irvin.
people are on here because it's like family to them. And what you're doing
And
is
family,
you're poisoning the
and
well.
family calls each other names.
Can we get
We
along?
call each other names on here all the time.
No.
Go ahead, Graybeard.
If it boils down to this, and I'd like to see how many people in the room agree with me on this. If my mother tells me when I was a kid, if my mother told me to finish my vegetables on my plate, and I said, "Mom, I'm full. I really can't eat another bite," that is an opinion. That is, having an opinion on what's going on.
You're a kid, though, Graybeard.
If I were to tell my mother, "Bitch, shut your mouth," my teeth would be in the next room. And that's
Mine too.
between being polite and having an opinion.
Again, but Graybeard, you're addressing as a kid. Kids are a different level. Kids are not adults. Put it the other way around. Graybeard, you go out in public with a guy your age or close to your age and have that same conversation, and it's a completely different outcome, isn't it? Because you're no longer a kid, and your buddy that you're with is not a kid. You can't compare what your mom and dad would do to you when you're under 18. Because at that point, you're a
question,
kid.
do you honestly
I
not
was
understand
using
why
that
you don't have a sponsor?
For what is an opinion and what is polite. If I go out and I'm on at work, and my boss says, "I need you to do this by 5 o'clock," and I say, "Well, sir, I can't because," is different than if I say, "Bitch, shut your mouth." That there's a difference between having a conversation and an opinion and being rude and insultive. I'm not asking you to accept my where I draw the line. I'm just explaining why I have that.
No, we appreciate that, Gray. I completely know that what you're saying is your opinion and that's your feelings. We
And
know
it's
that.
a good one.
And a lot of people agree with you. It's duly noted, Graybeard. Believe me. I just can't agree with it because, and I'm like the only one here that probably doesn't agree with you. Everybody else probably agrees with you, Graybeard. I think it's a slippery slope that I've said on this show from the beginning. Excuse me. If you start, to me, that's the first stepping stone to getting a society and a government to where we lose control and freedoms.
But isn't that a kind of an oxymoron?
What do you mean?
I mean, here you're saying, well, we lose control of the... People don't know how to control themselves. You need some kind of a structure. You need some kind of rules of the road.
It is a structure. The structure is you have the freedom
You
to
got
say
no
what
rules
you
to the
want
road.
to say.
You got
That's
no
the
rules to your
structure.
road. Your road is you go down whatever street you want. You drive on whatever side you want.
No,
because
think
I
when it
have the
comes
freedom
words,
to do that.
Because it comes to words, you're right. This is a structure where people are allowed to say what they feel. I live by a positive.
Not on this site.
I live by a positive and negative energy in my life. Sometimes, you know what, guys? I'm going to wake up pissed off. Things are not going to be nice for me some days.
Yeah.
And you know what? I want to vent that. I want to be able to go, you goddamn motherfuckers, this is not...
Exactly.
I want to get that
So it's
out.
all about you.
No, this is the way I think people in general should exist. I think it's healthier for us to exist. And then there's the days when I am positive and I'm great and I'm loving and I want to go, oh man, I love you, Derek. Man, this is good. You know, I feel good today. And this is what makes your life, I think, the ultimate level of existence is being able to get that bad shit out sometimes, to use words that might offend sometimes, to use words that don't sound pleasant, but then also to get it out. If you don't like it, ignore it. It's like with the TV. We always tell
anarchist,
people.
he can't handle the rules.
Well, no, I'm just not gonna change my ideas on it. Okay, if you guys are gonna continue to bump people, that's on you. I'm gonna continue to say.
Moderators.
I'm gonna continue to say I disagree with it. We can learn to live together. I don't condone it. You guys can, but Irvin, if you're going to spend the whole time there bitching about him doing it...
Because I'm the one that's watching the chatters, unlike you.
Don't watch it. Look at the camera more often. Ignore the chatters and let
No,
Derek look
I'm not
at
going
it.
to ignore the chatters.
I mean,
That's the reason why
saying,
we have a show.
I'm saying have one of us do the chatters and you just don't do it. Let
No,
Derek do
hell
it.
no.
Graybeard, you there? What you got? Anything else?
Yeah, okay. You know, Anthony, I want to give you an example.
Go.
And I guess it's a matter of my geekiness here and see who relates to this. In the New Generation Star Trek, when the actor, the character that Will Wheaton played, was going to Starfleet Academy.
Crusher, right?
Yeah, and he was there, and he bumped into some guy and apologized. He said, "I'm sorry," and the guy turned to him and said, "No, you're not. Don't just say you're sorry and don't mean it." And he stated his opinion by telling Will Wheaton, what was his character's name?
Crusher. Crusher, right?
Crusher, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't watch that show, but I knew his name was Crusher.
But he knew the guy told him, he told him, "No, you're not sorry. Don't be sorry. Don't say that if you don't mean it." And if you have to actually see that part of the episode, I guess, to fully understand it, because I'm not explaining it that well.
Right.
But the idea is he stated his opinion in a forceful manner without being insultive. And I fully appreciate someone being bluntly honest with me. If I smell and you say, "Hey, dude, have you showered in the last week?" I will not take an insult to that. But if you start calling me names, I'm not going to listen to what you say. You're wasting my time. You're wasting your time. And that's what I don't appreciate when I see people in chat being insultive. You're wasting my time. And if that's the case, then unmod everyone. Don't let anyone kick anyone. Just unmod everyone, and then you'll have the trolls take over, and people, I feel, will just. I'm here because of the intellectual value of the show. When that is no longer there, neither am I.
Right.
And I think there are other people here that will feel the same way.
But Graybeard, don't you think that not you personally, when I say you, I mean people that kick people off these sites, don't you think those people only give those people more of an incentive to come back under a different name and do it more? I think when you kick them off, you don't really get rid of them. You just make them more angry and they do it again more. But I think if you ignore them and you continue to ignore them, they sit at their house and go, "Oh, the hell with this. I'm not getting the attention I want." And they leave and go do what the hell else they want to do. Or they go to another site and do it.
They make themselves. See, I agree with who was it that said it? Because
77.
As he says, and doesn't understand the interwebs and trolls.
Well, you're right. This is new to me.
Because it's new to him.
But you know what I do understand? I do understand freedom of speech.
Exactly. And a reckless behavior.
And long before
no matter how reckless you say.
before this new little thing existed here, we had books. We had paper. We had pamphlets. We had newspapers.
Yeah, but
and this is not new,
but not
guys.
20 people
I want
were
to give
reading
you
the
all.
book
I
at
want
the
to give
same
all
time.
you techno geeks a wake up call. This shit's not new, people. Calling people names is not new. This has gone on through the end of time. Okay, wake up. Quit being politically correct. Don't like it. Ignore it. I don't care if you call me an asswipe, a cunt, a faggot, a kraut, whatever. I'm going to laugh it off and keep going. And I'm not going to try to get you banned. I'm not going to try to get your books pulled out of a store. I'm not going to try to get your magazines unpublished. You know, I don't have any worries about what people think. Derek has a quote. Derek has a great quote, which I don't like this guy as an actor. But this quote that Derek's about to give is very fitting now.
Go.
Give this quote that's on your Facebook page, Derek. And again, this is by an actor I don't like, but give this quote.
The actor he doesn't like, he's referring to is
as an actor.
As an actor is Will Smith, and he says, excuse me,
quoted as saying,
"Stop letting people who do so little for you control so much of your mind, feelings, and emotions."
Period. That's the way to think about it, guys. These people that troll do so little for you.
Well, here's the
Freaking
problem.
ignore 'em.
Here's the problem with that quote.
Okay.
He's probably not in a room with 15 chatters that are writing back and forth to each other, and you got some of these chatters disrespecting some of the people that have been moderators and some of the people that have been on our show for 7 months. I won't allow it. I'm sorry. There are rules to every road, and in this road, I'm sorry, you will be banned. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
Well, see,
I don't care what you say.
And I might not be on this show much longer because you know what? You're not going to dictate to me, Irvin, what I like.
Well, then get on the chatter.
You're becoming,
you get on the chatter.
You're
and
becoming,
do
you're
your
becoming
part.
a tyrant,
You
and
do
I
your
refuse
part.
to do that.
You do your part.
He might be. Great
Then
on,
you
he
do
can
your
talk.
part.
Well, no,
then
I'm
you
not.
get a
No, I'm
freaking
not.
computer.
No, I'm not. But if that continues, then I might just not show up as much. Because
you're not
I can
showing up as
speak
much at all anyway.
And then
now.
you guys can find a replacement
I'm gonna move on.
that goes with that
Come
mentality.
on, guys,
But
come
I'm not going to go with that because Irvin, you don't control the show either.
Vorpabai says
You
we
don't
will
either.
miss you, Anthony.
Thank you, Vorpabai. I'll miss you too.
Just
Great.
get a laptop.
Great hearing. What you got to say?
All right. Okay. Just the fact that we've been debating this now for 30 minutes has probably sent the troll into an orgasmic fit. He is probably so happy that because of his actions, he has taken over the conversation to what it is.
That's why we should have ignored him to begin with. But I like the conversation. This is a very good conversation.
Well, it is a good conversation
Right.
in that we're discussing things in general. I agree with that.
Right.
But it's like I said, well, I've already stated my position about, if you want to say something, then be polite. And I prefer to have polite conversations with polite people, no matter what disagreements there may be. And if you don't want people kicked or banned from the room, then unmod everyone. That's my suggestion, and then you won't have that problem. So I'll tell you what, I got to do some woodworking and stuff, but like I said, your house, your rules. But maybe you should make, between the three of you, decide on what the rules should be. And if anyone can say anything, then unmod everyone, and then we'll all sit and watch everyone say everything. You guys have a great day. It's
Thank you.
Friday. Have a great
Thanks,
weekend.
Gray Beard. Appreciate your call.
Thank you very much,
Have a great weekend.
You're the man.
Yes,
Gray Beard.
that was a good conversation. But
He's a good guy.
Tires this weekend, okay?
Okay, buddy.
Yeah. See,
Okay.
Listen.
he's gone.
Bye. Okay, let's
But
move
that's the
on.
point.
Let's move on.
No, but that. But
Everybody's getting upset about this, so
no,
let's
there's
just
no
move
reason to get
on.
upset. But we're not going to ever agree on that. But I mean, but we
That's
can't.
fine.
But we can't sit there and just take one of us to say how everything's going to be on the show.
No, I'm not
Because-
saying one of us could be on the show.
No, that-
I'm the only one that cares about what's being said on the show.
So don't you think you're outvoted then? If you believe that,
Because
then-
you don't care.
The other three of us don't care. If you believe that, then you have
Well,
no
I don't
say.
know. I wouldn't.
But yet you
we,
still
you
say
haven't
you're
even
going to keep
bothered to even ask him.
Well,
What do you think?
We did, but he's never
Look,
really answered.
I've never really, well, the thing is, I just want to focus on the show itself because you're going to have
Exactly.
you're going to have trolls. However,
Ignore the trolls.
However, you just can't do that with every single aspect in life. Just ignore it. So you just can't ignore
The
measles or months or something and just
thank
let it
you.
go away.
But you guys keep bringing up things that physically affect you. It's apples and oranges, guys.
Okay.
You are bringing up stuff that affects
Didn't I
your
say
health.
let's move on, please?
Measles make you sick. They bring you down. A guy saying you're a cunt doesn't make you sick. I mean, guys, it's a word. You guys can't compare the guy coming and putting his hands on you with a guy calling you a name. It's not the same thing, guys. I've tried to preach that on this show from the get-go. Is you can't compare ignoring something that causes you health problems with a guy on here who has nothing better to do, a guy who on top of it's probably only like 18 years old or 15 years old, that's childish, that's just calling you names. That's all my point is. Anyway, what's the next
Well,
story?
wait a minute. Gamer Girl says so are the Cubs, and just ignore
They're
them.
not. They're not because they are physically doing something. They physically killed Sammy Davis Jr.
And I'm physically doing
The
something.
guy doesn't exist anymore. Sutton didn't go up to Sammy and go, "Hey, you're just a black asshole," and call him a name and left and went home.
All right, we got a couple.
He freaking killed him. He touched him with something. It's different, Gamer Girl.
Morning, Rose.
It's completely different.
Good morning. Who's this? Hey, Donnie.
Donnie.
All right, go.
Donnie's on it.
Go, Barb.
Go.
Tell them not to worry about us getting banned.
All right, Donnie. Ed.
I watched the show last night.
Yeah.
I seen them. They were talking about
All right.
us.
Ed has a message
We're not
for
gonna
you
get
real
banned.
quick,
That's
Dan.
why they came to our show yesterday.
Right.
And they came
We
today.
realized what we did, and we ain't doing no more. We
Right.
can't show Derek's picture anymore.
Okay. Which is ridiculous.
Go ahead, Donnie.
Go, Donnie.
The reason why I was calling is to make a point to you, Anthony.
Yes.
You say that the cops, the reason why you're up in an uproar over what the cops physically did, but they did not do this to you.
No, but they did. But they did it to my neighborhood.
Hold on. I've heard everything you said.
But you're already wrong. Go ahead, and I'll explain to you.
Okay, I've been following along with this whole
Right.
Sammy Davis Jr. story from
Right.
your show. Okay, so everything I know is solely from what you guys have said.
Right.
That's great.
Okay, so he physically did nothing to you. He physically did something to someone else, but yet you get in an uproar and get emotional over something that he did to someone else.
I didn't physically do anything to them either. I'm going after them verbally, Sutton. Sutton. Curry.
It's just like what trolls do to others in the chat room.
It's not. It's not at all.
People, yes, it is.
No, because what have I physically done back?
When I get trolls in my show, Anthony, and they start pissing people off in my room, and people start telling me to ban them from my room, it's the same thing.
But do you? But
So
do
I
you?
look at trolls.
But do you feel like then you are truly a believer in freedom of speech? I mean,
I do.
why?
As a matter of fact, I've made this statement before. I'd rather have a troll in my room thinking they're going to get attention than to be in someone else's room who can't handle trolls and disrupting theirs, because trolls mean absolute shit to me.
And you should ignore them. Exactly. You should ignore them. You should let them go on there, but ignore them. And they'll go away because they'll realize they're wasting time and no one's giving them what they want. When you make them mad by kicking them, they sign back on as another person.
I know this is a good topic for you guys to discuss, okay? But I just wanted to put my 2 cents in about it because of the fact that I get people all the time in my show when I was at Blog TV,
Right.
when they have children doing the sites, okay, that are chatters, okay, and when I came over here, I didn't come over here being naive, thinking no trolls will exist because there are immature adults out there. You have to expect trolls everywhere you go.
Of course, that's life. And Donnie, that happened long before these computers were invented. That's my point.
I know that.
People doing that is long. This is nothing new on this computer that people call people names. That's life. You went to school, I'm sure, and were called names. I was called names when I was little in school. It always happened. Did you kick the guy who called you a name out of school when you were little?
They don't even have to call names. Look at it. I can give a perfect example of trolls being around since for the last 250 years. It's called Congress. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.
He hung up. Thank you, Donnie. But I just disagree. Donnie hung up before he could get my next question. You know, name some people in history who told people what they couldn't say because they didn't like what they said.
King George III.
Hitler, Stalin, Pol Pot. I mean,
But here's
come on,
the thing.
guys. Come on,
when
guys.
those people disagreed with what people were saying, it was because they were telling the truth. What's the truth
That's
about
bullshit.
calling Gamer Girl a cunt? What's the truth about a
Okay,
guy
is
coming
it
on
true?
and
Is it
saying
true?
fag?
Well, it might be true if you're gay. It might, if someone's gay and they call you a fag, it might be true. Right? It might be true. Right?
Well,
right? It might be
it's
true.
not.
But it might be.
I don't even live that lifestyle.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying someone might come on there and troll a site where there is a guy having a show and he's an out of the closet gay guy, and the guy controls and says, "Hey, faggot," it might be true.
Well, Renee says, I think those blatantly not respecting rules of an establishment and are given a chance to modify their behavior and do not comply, I think they should leave.
Well,
that's your
opinion.
seem to be the only one. Other than there's somebody that agrees with you.
I'm just saying that I didn't do this show. My reason for doing this show had to do completely, a lot of it, with free speech. To have a forum where you really can freely speak, because no other show in this city is like that.
I know that.
That's my point. If we start becoming that other show, I don't want to do the show anymore. I don't. Because I don't want to be that guy.
And
if
the
I wanted to be
difference
that
is
guy,
you're not saying this is a room with us all in it, and it's being said in a chat room. When it's said in a room, the bouncers would take them out for threatening talk, etc.
I didn't understand half
There
of
are
that.
some emotionally fragile people, though, who are physically affected by some words.
But emotionally fragile people shouldn't be on a damn computer chat room then.
That's ridiculous.
Come on, y'all.
You always
Come
find.
on.
You always try to find your way out of it.
Are you gonna put yourself in a situation
So
if
you
you're
don't
already
give a shit
emotionally
about
fragile?
you don't give a shit about people
No,
being
that's
on
just-
here.
No, I
who
do.
I want everybody to
I
be
love
on
our
here.
chatters. I love
just
our
don't
viewers.
want trolls,
I
and I
just
don't
want-
want people that are just taking this chat room and taking it somewhere where it doesn't need to go. What is wrong with that? I have a right
You do
to an opinion.
But I have nothing wrong with you saying your opinion, Irvin. We were talking about it for 45 minutes now. That's great.
You're the one that.
But the thing about it is, to kick them out is not a big deal to me. To go that far is just ignore the people.
Well, I didn't kick them out. I muted them for 5 minutes.
It all just doesn't sound good to me. Muting somebody. It doesn't sound
Welcome,
right.
Uncle Malty.
Uncle
Well, the mods
Malty.
need to be used as
Hell, we got through that hour quick, thanks to our callers and to this topic.
Yes, we did.
It is already 10 o'clock almost
I know.
on
Yes.
Flippin' Friday.
Actually, well, I do have some good news. We
Well-
did finally found
Well, let's
the
do that
video
after the break.
After the break, yes.
That's something to talk to for about a while.
By the way, do not allow people you do not know intimidate, hate on. People you say you love.
What do you mean, belly button fuzz? Okay, let's put it this way. Let me ask you this, guys, while we're going out here for this break. Say we had a guest, Irvin. Say we had a guest sitting here. And say they said something outwardly that you didn't like about you. Now, I'm not going to say they called you a
Oh,
name.
they do it all the time. I ignore it.
Right. You don't tell
But
them
when
to
they
get up
start
and leave
hitting
the
on the
show.
other chatters is when
Well, then what if they
upset
did it?
about
No, but then what if they did it to the other chatters? Let's say we had a guest sitting here, and one of the chatters was saying something bad about him, and the guest sat and looked at the board and said, "Oh, fuck you" or whatever. Would you say something to that person and kick them out of the show?
No,
if they were our guest?
no. But when they start going after like Gamer Girl, calling her a cunt and this and that.
But come on,
I
Gamer
wanna
Girl.
read that
Gamer
shit.
Girl seems like a pretty tough cookie. Gamer Girl seems like she can take words and she can stand up for herself. I don't know her, but she does. Okay, I mean I don't know her personally. I know her from the show.
Yeah.
But come on, you're right. it's obnoxious for people to say that and do that, and it's childish and immature. But I think there's something bigger, more important here at stake than just the obnoxiousness and immaturity of people trolling. I think it's going into a direction of the society that I don't like, which is more control, slowly but surely, of the people and its society. And we already have to deal with government control in so many ways. And this politically correct crap is another aspect of it to me. It's another aspect of people trying to tell society what they can and can't say by infiltrating places like this and feeding this shit to us, saying, you can't like this. It's not right to like this. You have to be against this. You have to stand up against the N-word. You have to stand... And it's bullshit, because even if the word is a nasty word, and even if you don't choose to say it in your real life, you can't ban it. You can't say it's not okay for someone else to say, as idiotic as they might sound. That's just my belief on it, guys.
Well, here's what this guy says. Uncle Malty. I like that name. Weller, you have the right to feel as you do. But as a marginalized, emotionally unstable person, I want to know, where else can I go vent? And then I wrote back, there's plenty of shows on Vaughn for you to go to. This is not one of them.
But we haven't been to Vaughn to know if those other ones are just like this. I mean, Vaughn might have a lot of trolls all over the place.
I know.
We don't know.
Obviously.
Have you watched other stuff on Vaughn, Irvin? Other shows? Ed, have you watched?
This is what I got to say to everybody out there that don't like us.
Come
on, you want to
all right, it's time for break.
Yeah, fucking break.
Let's do it.
Yes, two down, one more to go. You're watching the Morning Roast live from the Nut House in Macon, Georgia. It's 42 degrees outside of Macon, Georgia. It's partly cloudy with a high of 69 and a low of 44. We'll be right back.
Good show. Good time.
A new internet sensation is spreading through the dark side of the force. I'm Jen Markham on Buzz 60. Not long after the Hadouken trend gained internet popularity, that's where one person sticks out their hands or pounds the ground a la Street Fighter, and a photo is snapped as their friends jump back. Now there's a new meme to replace it, and it's called Vadering. One person puts their hand out as if they're using the force to do a Darth Vader choke, as their friend or friends grasp their necks and jump back. Photos are all over Instagram, Twitter, and Reddit of teens, grown men, young women, snowboarders, a guy checking his iPhone, and pets force gripping their friends. Even Darth Vader himself has gotten in a few shots. But my favorite, the people who are using the force not for evil, but for good, like pretending to lift a truckload full of food for hungry people. Do or do not, Food Bank of New Jersey. There is no try. Buzz 60. Now you know, pass it on.
Ray, I'm in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn? For what?
I can line them all up.
Jackie Robinson, a black man in white baseball.
Jack's got a thick skin. He'll be okay.
Don't belong here.
If they knew you, they would be ashamed.
Negroes are gonna run a white man straight out of
Said
baseball.
Jack has a thick skin.
We're not ready to take the field if that boy's in uniform.
So be it. But someday you're gonna meet God, and when he inquires as why you didn't take the field, and you answer that it's because he was a Negro, it may not be a sufficient reply.
Wear me down.
Your enemy will be out in force. Gotta have the guts to turn the other cheek.
People believe in you.
You can win for us.
I'm just a ball player.
You a hero.
42, the true story of an American legend. Rated PG-13 in theaters April 12th.
Chad Dobbins here for Jeff Smith Automotive in Russell Parkway in Warner Robins, where we house all the pre-owned inventory from Jeff Smith Automotive. So if you're looking for high...
At 113 years old, a Montrose, Georgia native, that's a town just this side of Dublin, is now the oldest person in America and the third oldest in the world. She now lives in the Detroit area, and Fox's Muriel Lou has her story.
This is Mother Tally. She's the oldest living American.
Wow.
When I first got here, I was fussed at for not wearing a coat, but after that, we got down to business, and Mother Tally said the secret to a long life is easy. 113 still has the moves. Geraldine Talley, Mother Tally, as her family calls her, loves to dance, but says that's not the secret to a long life.
But surely you give some advice, don't you?
Well, sister,
Treat the other fellow like you want to be treated.
Born in Georgia in 1899, Mother Talley says the golden rule is the only way to live life. Records confirm Mother Talley is the oldest living American and the third oldest person in the world. She went to church every Sunday until about 4 months ago when her health started to decline. But deacons still come by the house every first Sunday to give her communion. Ask her why she thinks she's lived so long, and she's quick to tell you, the man above.
I asked him not to let me be sick. Let me not be blind. And let me not be deaf. So far, my prayers have been answered.
Mother Talley drinks coffee, not wine. She has a daughter, 3 grandchildren, 10 great-grandchildren, and now great-great-grandchildren. This is baby Armel, just 2 weeks old, and now the 5th generation Talley. A blessing this matriarch doesn't take for granted.
When he get ready for me, he's gonna take me. Until that time comes, I'll still be here. How soon or how long, I don't know. You don't know. He don't know. She don't know.
Mother Talley bowled until she was 103 years old. She still goes fishing every year. She will turn 114 on May 23rd.
Consolidation of Macon and Bibb County underway. The candidates for the new government told physicians they're already debating their platforms and throwing a few political jabs, too, while they're at it. WGXA's Chase Ambrose was at tonight's first debate, and he joins us live in studio with more. Chase?
Well, with so many candidates vying for so few political seats in the new government, it's safe to assume this election cycle will be one of the most exciting in recent history. And if this first debate is any indicator, we're in for an interesting year. Election day for the new consolidated Macon-Bibb County government is still months away, but the first official debate is already in the books. The debate featured mayoral candidates Robert Rickert, C. Jack Ellis, Charlie Bishop, and Sam Hart. During the discussion, former Mayor C. Jack Ellis had a surprising answer for his plan to bring economic stimulus to East Macon, with the help of the Native Americans who once called Macon home.
If we have to think big here, as well as create small business, we'll think big. What they have agreed to do, if we can get some land in trust, and it takes an act of Congress for that to happen, we could have gambling casinos back where in their hometown, where they came from. This is their place.
But the real sparks flew between commission candidates Danny Glover and Elaine Lucas.
We are well rooted in this community, and I think that says a lot about your commitment, where you don't decide one day that you're going to be bought and paid to move into a district to run against someone who has helped you in the past, who has supported you in the past.
Because I cannot sit idly by and watch the same old incumbent politicians who have been in service for 30 years take these new offices. If you haven't fixed crime in East Macon in 30 years, maybe it's time for new ideas.
It's getting interesting already. And it will be especially interesting to see how the casino idea plays out during the race.
All right, well, Chase, in this casino idea is something we've heard from Ellis before.
We have. As a matter of fact, I believe it was in his first term as mayor, it went as far as going and talking to the Native Americans themselves. Unfortunately, of course, it takes a literal act of Congress to get the land, and not to mention passing through the city council and the county commission. My assumption is that C. Jack Ellis believes that it will be easier to pass through the consolidated government than it would be in the past with our current government structure, right?
All right, well,
and we're back.
Yes, and we're back. It's 10:10 a.m.
That's a good way to segue into our first story this hour.
Definitely. Good story. It's 10:10 a.m. You're watching the Morning Roast live from the Nut House with Anthony Harris, Irvin Martinez, DB right here, and behind the camera, making karaoke Ed Einbinders. 42 degrees outside. High 69, low 44.
See, Mother Nature knew that today was all about me. That's why she said the high is 69. Because I was born in 1969.
Well, so was I.
Forgot about
Yeah. But see, it had to either be about you or me.
Was it the summer of 69?
Close. It was May. It was May.
I was born in spring of 69.
Yeah, I was still in spring too, because summer doesn't hit until what? June what?
June 21st.
Yeah. See, I'm May 19th, 69. I'm
May
spring.
6th.
Yeah. You're really spring.
Anyway, we're back, and we...
Hello,
It's a hot debate going on here.
Well, it was.
Speaking
I guess
of
it's
debates.
about finishing up, but I mean, I don't know. Anybody else still talking about our last hour debate? I guess.
No, it's all right. Let's just move on.
You missed a good one, Iraq. You should have been here the last 2 hours.
Yeah.
The last hour.
These two had a wing dang ding.
Well, everybody did.
Debate.
No one really agreed with me, except I think Irvin said one person agreed with me on
Yeah.
this. But imagine that. People don't agree with me. That's not the first time that's happened in my life.
Well, isn't that a sign? Like maybe you're wrong?
No, it's the other way around. Because look at history. It's always the ones that were questioned.
You're going to use the Bible now.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about people like out of the Bible. I'm talking about other people. It's always the ones who
there was Jesus, so that point needs to be made.
There's always the person that everybody, of course, didn't give credit to about anything, and then later on, of course, they became credited because they became a big, important part of history. But at the time, they were looked at as crazy. Hell, look at people like Einstein. I mean, they were at one time looked at as crazy when they came across with their ideas. Now he's revered. I mean, usually it is the one that doesn't go with the pack.
Well, yeah.
That does
of course.
make the impact.
There goes Ant again. Everybody disagrees with him, but the rest of the world must be wrong.
Well, when you think about Einstein, excuse me, I mean, people didn't want to give him credit. I mean, because he was a very brilliant guy, and people didn't think that, which is probably a question of today's educational system. Because when he was a kid, Einstein had like straight D's and F's.
Yeah,
and yet somehow he buckled down and he became known as one of the smartest men in history.
Exactly.
Well, he was a horrible father, from what I hear. He was terrible to his kids.
Before we go into our regular
maybe they didn't study.
Next topic about Elaine Lucas's and Danny Glover's debate.
Riggs, I'm running for mayor, man. Riggs.
Let me do Eat Your Words, because this is the only way to throw Eat Your Words in, since you just brought up the school system.
Okay.
And I decided this morning to take an Eat Your Words from Mark Twain. But Mark Twain in this case isn't talking about another author. But I thought Irvin would love this one because of the God reference. And I thought, of course, now it would be apropos because Derek just brought up schooling with Einstein. So today's Eat Your Words from the Book of Insults, Ancient and Modern, by Nancy McPhee, compiled by Nancy McPhee. Mark Twain, alive from 1835 to 1910, said this: "In the first place, God made idiots. This was for practice. Then he made school boards." Thank you.
Wow.
I should have read this one when Dalaman was still here.
Mark Twain.
There we go. Mark Twain. In the first place, God made idiots. This was for practice. Then he made school boards.
Wow.
Hey.
Gamago says, you got to love Ant for his passion, though. Look, Ant, I gave you hearts.
You did. Gamago gave me lots of hearts. She's giving me she's giving me a heart on. Ah!
Wow. That is about as awful as you can get.
Wait, they just booted me from the show because I said that. I offended somebody somewhere.
Sabuki says, undirected passion is like pissing in the wind.
Yeah.
Thank you, Master
There
Saibuki.
you go. Saibuki, thank you.
Saibuki. He wants to be the Yoda of our show.
Differences of opinion makes for a
But
good
he's actually
horse race.
the Yogi Berra of our show.
You hear that?
What's that?
Pissing in the wind it is.
What did I hear? What?
You didn't hear anything.
All I know is that Vorbelbite can't spell worth a shit because Vorbelbite wrote differences of opion.
Well,
opium?
Differences of opion makes for a good horse race.
Renee says that was offensive. Ha ha ha.
Right. That makes you boo boo.
All right. Well, let's move on.
Saibuki's good. Saibuki's on top of it.
Boo boo child and boo boo
If he's Yogi Berra, I'm boo boo. Not Yogi Bear.
Okay.
Vorp Einstein was in special ed till he was in the 11th grade.
Wow.
Because they thought he was retarded till he reached his potential.
What's up with Vorbelbite and Donnie unable to hit the N key on the keyboard here? Opion, Einstein. Come on, guys, hit that N button. Hit that N button.
I was about to say maybe They're afraid of the N-word and
the N-word. Oh, that's it. I love it. They're afraid of the N-word. That's it.
He still couldn't remember to wear his pants.
Vocal Bite and Curry are afraid of the N-word. There you go. There you go.
He still couldn't remember, and he spelled it wrong.
Yeah.
To wear his pants.
Yeah. Well, speaking of a state who really who's not that have given much love to N-words.
Right.
Here's a story that just made news recently. In Montgomery, Alabama.
Surprise.
Yes. A bill is headed to Alabama's governor recently, that would pardon the Scottsboro boys, 9 black teenagers who were falsely accused of raping 2 white women in March 25th, 1931 on a freight train.
Well, about time they pardoned them. That's kind of a ways away.
They're dead, aren't they?
Well, yes.
Some are alive, I think.
The legislation presented to the Alabama House on the 45th anniversary of the assassination of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King passed 103-0 amid applause in the chamber. The legislation goes to Governor Robert Bentley, who has indicated support for the measure. The state Senate already had passed the measure unanimously. Representative Laura Hall, a Democrat from Huntsville, Alabama, who shepherded the legislation in the House, noted the anniversary in her comments on the bill and said the legislation would be one small thing to change image in Alabama. The bill will allow the State Board of Pardons and Paroles to pardon the accused posthumously, establishing a pardons process for deceased individuals convicted of Class A or B felonies that took place before 1932 and whose pardon would, quote-unquote, remedy social injustice based on racial discriminations. Clarence Norris, the last of the Scottsboro boys, died in 1989. Okay. Norris received a pardon from Governor George Wallace in 1976. He was the only one of the 9 accused teenagers to receive a pardon in his lifetime. An all-white jury convicted the youths more than 80 years ago during a racially charged trial in Scottsboro, Alabama. All but the youngest initially received a death sentence, but later won new trials. In a session marked by anger over the passage of a tuition tax credit bill and sharp divisions between majority Republicans and Democrats, the Scottsboro Boys Bill was notable for passing with overwhelming support and minimal debate. Many members echoed Hall in hoping that the legislation would do something to improve the national image of Alabama. Representative Jim Patterson of Meridianville, Alabama, said, "Maybe this will be a happy ending to a lot of bad movies about our state." Yes.
Yeah, he's worried about the facade given off by Alabama.
Yes, and Representative John Robinson, the Scottsboro Democrat who worked with Wallace in the 70s to win Norris's pardon, called the convictions of the teenagers a miscarriage of justice to the worst degree you can possibly imagine. Says a lot of people in Scottsboro will be glad that this is over with and that we're getting this thing done. It is never too late to do the right thing.
You're right about that last sentence. Never too late to do the right thing. But it's
I got another story that will relate to what we were just talking about.
Well, but let me say this
about
that.
It's
that was
more
really
on your behalf, Anthony.
Yeah, but this was really sad that none of them were alive for this pardon.
Well, at least their names are clear.
Except one.
Well,
one of them.
You know, the history of
that here, but he was only alive for that pardon.
Yeah.
He wasn't alive for the
group.
big one.
Yeah.
That was Governor Wallace, right?
Yes.
Ugh.
Okay, go ahead, Irvin. What you say? What you got?
Ready?
Yes.
Go ahead.
A plus-size product has outraged some shoppers at Target, all because of its color.
Uh-oh.
A self-described plus-size shopper from California posted identical Target products on Twitter. The only difference was being the size. The standard style is described as dark heather gray, but the plus size is manatee gray.
Oh, God.
Manatees are big creatures, also called elephants of the ocean. The shopper complained that manatee was a hurtful reference to her body shape. A Target spokeswoman says the labeling of the Massimo brand kimono maxi dress was an unintentional oversight, and Target will be fixing the discrepancy. You see, that one I would agree with you.
Really?
Because
You don't think that word is hurtful written on that tag, manatee gray?
I think
because manatees aren't.
That's way taking it over the top.
Do you think somebody should monitor that? Some moderator should go to Target and rip tags off because it says mute those tags because it says manatee gray.
Wow.
I like these guys online. They're going Hippo Gray is next.
Gray.
We got Big Bird Yellow from Saibuki. Jumbo Gray.
Vorpal says manatee equals sea cow. Yes. But what other color that they use for that particular color? I mean, because elephants are gray too.
Right.
So what can you do? You got manatees and elephants. And they also said manatees are the elephants of the sea. So it's like, geez.
That's funny as hell because we're talking about this very thing.
Yes.
And here's a story that I agree with.
Yes.
Yeah. With you.
Well, we know that you flip-flop, Irvin.
But what? But the thing is, see, Vorpal says now. What? Really now, see, he has a good point. Vorpal has a good point. Now,
right.
What do you do if you change from manatee gray or elephant gray to battleship gray? Is that an improvement?
Well,
because battleship are bigger than manatee and elephant.
But not only
combined.
if I was a woman, I wouldn't be pissed about the size of a battleship. I'd be pissed off that they named my color after a bad movie. That's where I would be rioting. How dare you name my color after a bad fucking movie? God damn you. Anyway.
The gynecologist, welcome.
Right. Yeah. Ooh, the gynecologist is here.
Yeah,
ladies, be careful on chat room. The gynecologist is here.
Yeah, but see that's the kind of I think whoever does these commercials or for like feminine pride, I think it's like some backstabbing in there. I think there's like backhanded compliments, like that "Hail to the V" thing. We saw you been go to war and people build dynasties and like.
Right.
But have some of this. It's like, yeah, you powerful, but you stink.
Right.
That's what you're basically saying. You're funky as hell.
Right.
I mean, hell to the V, hell to the no. I mean,
here we go. Gray seems to be the theme word today. We had Graybeard call.
Yeah.
You did a story about gray, manatee gray, which reminds me real quick.
Grey's Anatomy.
Which reminds me real quick. Do you guys know, this is a neat little fact, do you know where the word greyhound, why dogs are called greyhounds? Don't Google. I'm going to answer before you're able to Google.
Because they're a hound and they're gray.
No, that's wrong. They were called the greyhound because most greyhounds aren't gray. If you look at a lot of greyhounds, they're not gray. They're brown and white, spotted stuff. No, the word origin of greyhound, the gray comes from a word like, I think it's Grieg, G-R-I-E-G or something. Anyway, it comes from an old word, Grieg or something, that meant bitch. So basically, greyhound, the dog, means bitch hound. It doesn't have anything to do with the color. So, interesting fact there that I've learned in my readings through the years.
Well, you learn something every day. I thought that's what Winchester said, because the smoke from the buses were gray.
So the next time that you guys ride on a Greyhound bus, you're on a bitch hound bus. All right, you're not on a Greyhound bus because the dog's gray. You're on a bitch hound bus. That's true. That's where the word comes from. It meant bitch hound, not the color gray. So Graybeard, that makes me ask you: is your name really Bitchbeard?
Damn.
Is Greyhound still on?
Greyhound? You mean Graybeard? No, Graybeard left.
I think you get an instant orgasm or something. I think you just live just to find some kind of ways just to get people to get
instant orgasm.
I think you just find new ways to get people to cuss you out or something. I swear.
Wow, it made national news, by the way, that prom thing.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
Gamer Girl is sending us a link.
Yeah, well, that should, because any time in the 2013 that you're doing this segregated shit, that should make national.
That's just not right.
I mean, that's Donnie. I agree with you. People need to start getting butt hurt about all that crap. You're right, Donnie. That's kind of what I was getting at the whole chatter thing with the trolls. But
I don't understand. It's 2013. I mean, did you have an integrated prom when you went to?
I didn't go to my prom.
Oh,
yes. Our prom had everybody there together.
Okay.
No, I never went to my own prom. Never. I was antisocial.
Yeah, I mean,
I leave that at school. I told you guys, I did nothing. I never got in trouble. My parents said I was the perfect kid up to about 20 years old. 19 years old.
Well, Southpaw, just because it's 2013.
That's
me.
That's Derek.
You can just go ahead and talk to me.
The DB.
Just because it's 2013 doesn't give us license to be reckless.
What the hell are you talking about? What the hell does that mean? He's talking about the prom, Irvin.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you.
Okay.
Okay, it doesn't sound it, but
no, it didn't
I am.
sound it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying, just because it's 2013 doesn't make it any different. This should have been done 100 years ago.
Yurak, go back up. Yurak, what's this you gave us from the cat cave about OSHA? Go up to that. We didn't click on it. What? Something about somebody $83,000? Where is that? Keep going. We didn't get to that. Yurak posted something.
Talking about this?
I don't know if that's the story, but
talking about OSHA.
That's it. Making company faces $83,000.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Thank you, Yurak. Let's do this story.
Go into that, yeah. The Macon company faces $83,000 plus in OSHA fines. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration, or OSHA, says a Macon company exposed workers to levels of a dangerous chemical 8 times higher than allowed, and it's not the first time.
Oh, wow.
Says 2 of the 3 violations alleged against aerospace defense coatings of Georgia are repeat violations, the agency said. OSHA is seeking $83,160 in fines, according to citations issued Tuesday. The company coats and paints metals. The citations claim the company's work areas were unsafe. OSHA contends that break room dining tables were also left covered with dangerous levels of hexavalent chromium, the same chemical featured in the movie Erin Brockovich. A company official promised to get a message to President and CEO Thomas Scott. Scott had not responded to the message by late afternoon. In a statement, Nadira Janak, an assistant area director for OSHA, said that Aerospace Defense Coatings of Georgia was previously cited for the same violations and has failed to take action to protect workers from the hazards associated with hexavalent chromium exposure. Management needs to take immediate action to eliminate these hazards from the workplace.
Wow. That's a big fine right there.
Well, but you know that they deserve it. You know, I mean, if you in this day and age are dealing with crap that's obviously bad for your health, right?
Yep.
You know, I mean,
bad for the community.
I can understand in the old days when they didn't know asbestos was bad and they put it all in your buildings because they didn't know better. But I mean, this damn company has to know that damn stuff that they're using, you know. If they've been, because didn't it say they've been told before, Derek? Mm-hmm. Did it say that? Did it say they'd been warned or told before?
I think,
about their product.
According to the citations, the Aerospace Defense Coatings didn't leave a place for employees to change their clothes to use protective gear, which spread contamination with hexavalent chromium. Even found on the steering wheel and interior door handles of an employee's car.
So just reckless.
The fine in that alone, termed with a willful violation, was proposed at $61,600, and there was also 2 alleged repeat violations with proposed fines of $10,000 plus each. Over 8 hours, one employee was alleged to expose average levels of this contaminant at 41 micrograms per cubic meter, far above the federal limit of 5.
Wow, that is far above.
Yeah, the other citation
8 times.
Yeah, the other citation refers to a break room tables, which are levels as high as 0.365 micrograms, a level the agency says is too dirty.
Now it's not going into our drinking water, is it?
I don't think so. This has to just do with the business that.
I got a wrap up of a lot of news, so once we're done with this one, we're going to jump on this.
And we still got Daily Bread, we got Wordsmith.
I know.
Okay. We got.
We still got half an hour.
Yeah, we're flying.
The company's website also includes praise from Gulfstream Aerospace Corporation and Cessna Aircraft Company. The company says it's also approved to serve hundreds of companies, including Delta Airlines, the Department of Defense, Lockheed Martin, and NASA.
Right.
The company has 15 business days to comply, discuss, or appeal the citations.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And that article was written by Mike Stuka.
Yes.
At the Telegraph.
Anyway.
Thank you, Yurak. Thank you,
Yurak,
for reading it.
All right, I'm going to read down these stories. They're only 1 sentence long.
I like this segment. This is cool.
Ready?
Ready.
Florida man robbed at gunpoint, left stranded at Bibb County gas station. A Florida man who stopped for gas at Harrison Road was robbed of his money and his truck shortly after 3:40 a.m. Friday. That came in 6 minutes ago.
All right.
Search resumes on Ocmulgee River, missing Warner Robins man. Officers from the Georgia Department of Natural Resources were back on the Ocmulgee River before 9 a.m. Friday looking for a man who presumably drowned on Friday afternoon.
Sad story there.
Lizella man charged in downtown Macon assault. A 59-year-old man was charged with aggravated assault in connection with an attack on another man at the intersection of Poplar and 2nd Street Lane Thursday afternoon. Update on the woman who was shot in a reported home invasion in South Macon. That's this area. A 28-year-old woman was shot in the back early Friday morning during a reported home invasion at 3954 Linwood Drive in South Macon. Local and state. Trucks hit SUV crashes into Shirling Drive, KFC. See, I would have seen that yesterday.
Depends when it happened.
A man helping with a move said he blacked out at the wheel of a small rental truck and crashed into an SUV into a KFC on Shirling Drive around 2 p.m. Thursday.
Let me interject. I don't know why the chicken crossed the road, but I now know why the SUV crashed into the KFC.
Wow. There's no eggs in there. McMahon blasts Robbins union leader over labor relations. Small group of leaders of Robbins Air Force Base and its largest union, are jeopardizing the base's future, retired General Robert McMahon said on Thursday.
You didn't do the one about the child lighter. Do that, because I got something to say about that.
I got 4 more and we're done.
No, you didn't do the one about the lighter. Did you do the one about the go up above the one about McMahon, about the base?
What about it?
The one about the child who killed himself by burning the house down. Played with lighter.
Oh, I missed that one.
I want to
Child kills a fire, had a history of playing with lighters.
That's what.
A family gathers in Calethea Williams' house February 23rd to celebrate 10-year-old Nikita's good grades at school. So he had a good grade, but he was killed in a fire.
I think it's she. I think Nikita's a she.
Nikita's a she.
It's a she.
See, that again, bad parent. I mean, why are you leaving lighters around for your kids to play with?
Mm-hmm.
That's us.
Well, Macon man accused of killing daughter's mother.
We did that.
Was extremely jealous.
That's the one you did early on, remember?
We did that?
That's the one you couldn't get through because of the telegraph. Yeah.
King's speechwriter, MLK's message more relevant today than ever. Vincent Harding remembers very well where he was and what he was doing 45 years ago on April 4th. King's birthday, King's
death day.
Anniversary of getting killed was when? Yesterday?
Yesterday, April 4th, yes.
Okay, and 2 more. Suspected robber arrested. Macon police arrested a man they said robbed SunTrust Bank on Vyville just after 10 a.m. Thursday. And then you did the story on the OSHA fines.
Thank you.
All righty, that's a wrap-up.
Wordsmith. DB, you want to do the honors of Wordsmith?
Yes. Today we're
going
to
numbers,
Wordsmith to get
guys and gals.
Anyone give a page number and an entry number.
It's 1 through 540 something, I believe, of the pages.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Saibuki has a mask on. I don't know.
He's a ninja. Saibuki's a ninja. You didn't get that from the Buki?
Oh.
He's not Kabuki. He's not Kabuki. He's Saibuki.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry, you wanted me to give you a page?
Vogelbite says, Irv, I think that Jack in the Box is taller than you.
Okay.
I think so too.
Well, I guess you can go ahead and.
Here we go. Gamer Girl 5 going up high.
Okay, 532, 7.
532. Page 532. And.
7. We didn't throw a shout out for DS. Thanks for sticking around, guys.
Thanks, DS, photo guy. Okay.
Yeah, DS. We miss your flash food warnings.
6, 7. Okay.
Hey.
Today's word of the day is Tinder. Tinder. That's
Tinderbox.
Yeah, Tinder. It says OEO English. Okay, Tinder and its relatives, German Zunda, Zunder, Dutch Tonder, Tonder, and Swedish Tunda, yes, Tunder, go back to a prehistoric German base, Tund, Tund, Ignite, Kindle, which also produced German Anzünden, Swedish Upptanda, and Danish Attende, Kindle. Its ultimate origins are not known. The now cliched Tinder Dry is first recorded in Rudyard Kipling's The Light That Failed in 1891. The Tinder Dry clumps of scrub, quote unquote.
I like Kipling. Kipling's got some good books.
Yes, I like the Jungle Books. That was actually my very first novel.
Did you ever read Kim by Rudyard Kipling? Kim is pretty good too. K-I-M.
I haven't read it. I've heard
Kim,
it. I heard
Jungle Book's good.
Ding dong.
Puck on Pook's Hill. That's another Kipling. Who are you talking to, Donnie?
I think Donnie.
And that was from the Bloomsbury Dictionary of Word Origins
Thanks,
by John Ato, distributed, given to us by Saibuki.
Sent to us by the mysterious master.
Saibuki.
Masturbator?
Saibuki.
Well,
yes, when Saibuki does go fishing, he is a masturbator.
You were
wow.
On here we are mass debaters.
Yes.
A group of debaters.
A group of debaters.
We're a mass of them. A mass debater.
Okay, mass.
Hey, how do you guys get all those little like stuff on? Yeah, icons. Wow, how do you guys do that?
Avatars.
Chat icons.
Don't tell Irvin. He'll never stop doing that shit. Once you give Irvin the secret on how to do that, guys, his ass is going to be doing this all day long on Facebook.
Good morning, Daryl.
You can't do it on Facebook.
Well, don't do it on here, Irvin.
Well,
ban him.
Ban him.
There was
Moderators ban Irvin from the avatars. Or whatever the hell those things are.
Yes. Well, I do have a wing.
Let's do this. We always got to talk about sex on this show, even if it's bad sex.
Yes. It says India sex attacks scared away tourists, study says. This is from New Delhi. It says the rape and murder of a young woman in New Delhi in December of last year, followed by 2 attacks on foreign female travelers, has altered how tourists view India and led to a sharp fall in the numbers of foreign tourists.
I don't blame them.
Especially women, a study said.
So that's what happened with Cherry Blossom Festival also. Oh, okay. No, I'm just making a bad joke.
Yeah, in the 3...
You're not kind, Anthony. You're not kind.
I'm just making a bad joke.
In the 3 months since the attack, the number of foreigners traveling to India has dropped by 25%. According to the study by the New Delhi-based Associated Chambers of Commerce and Industry. The number of women tourists has dropped by 35%. The study released late Sunday. The gang rape of 23-year-old university student on a bus in the heart of the Indian capital shocked a country often inured to such sexual violence. It brought hundreds of thousands of angry citizens out in the streets to demand more safety for women and harsher laws to deter the perpetrators of such acts.
Yeah.
The study surveyed 1,200 tour operators from across the country who said that concerns about the safety of female travelers had impacted how foreign travelers viewed India. It says last month, a Swiss woman was gang raped in central India as she and her husband camped in a remote forest. Wow. In the second incident, a young British woman says she was forced to jump out of a window of her hotel room to avoid a sexual attack in Agra, the city that is home to the Taj Mahal. According to the study, the 3 incidents have hurt tourism, and nearly 72% of the tour operators said cancellations of holiday bookings came mostly from women tourists, most of them from Britain, the United States, Canada, and Australia. The study said that travelers planning trips to India had instead opted for other Asian countries such as Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, and Vietnam. The winter months from November to March marked the peak tourist season in India. According to India's tourism ministry, 6.6 million foreign tourists visited India in 2012, earning the country $17.74 billion in foreign exchange.
Wow. So they're losing a lot of money because of that.
That'll kill tourism.
And you know what? Good for them.
Yeah.
Because those laws should have been passed a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a democracy. It's a democracy.
But laws are not going to stop assholes from doing that.
I know.
It's the same as the gun thing.
But they once again they ignored it.
I know.
The point I'm trying to make is, if you just ignore people, it doesn't help either.
No, I don't
if
say
you just
ignore
ignore them.
No, I don't say ignore it. I just say people have to have respect and common sense for each other, and also the whole eye for an eye thing. These people on the street should have found these culprits and freaking strung them up by their testicles. That's what they should have done.
Yeah.
Whether there's a law about it or not, that's what you do.
Yep.
Anyway.
Do we have any other?
Well, I don't have any stories because it was all about me today, so I just said I'm not going to do any work.
Okay. As usual. No,
since it was all about me, I just decided I was just not going to do shit except sit here and be loudmouth.
Wow.
You did a good job, Ted.
Yes.
It was good.
Are you finished with the forum conversation about Elaine Lucas and Glover? We watched that video on break. You didn't come back and address it, Irvin. Do you want to address it or not?
About what?
The forum with Elaine and Danny Glover.
Yeah, well,
because we went to break with the video and then we didn't come back and talk about it.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
well, here's the thing. You notice there were only 2 people there.
Well, the mayor's also.
And the mayor's there.
Right.
But I wasn't told that the mayors were going to be there.
No,
And I wasn't told.
Why?
What I was told
why?
was that it was going to be at the AME church, and it winds up being where?
Right.
City Hall.
But what's this tell you? Do you think the mayor is now not letting people know where he is because of you-know-who?
I don't know.
Because, no one did say the mayors were going to be there.
That's correct.
Because did they think I was going to show up if I knew the mayor was there? Because they're not reporting that he's there.
Well, this is an unofficial, official announcement, which is I'm probably going to go with Sam Hart because he's the lesser of the evils.
I wouldn't do that. I would go for your own person, like a write-in that's not even in existence, like Mickey Mouse, or vote for Kuzno. Since Kuzno is
all I gotta say is, whoever you vote for, research the motherfuckers.
I just say,
don't just vote.
I just say don't vote for Rickard. That's what I'm asking you, please. Don't vote for Rickard. And if you're the type of person
he's not kind.
And if you're the type of person that doesn't listen to what I say, that you do the opposite of what I say, then please vote for Rickard. You get that? You get how I did that? Yeah. But please, really, don't vote for Rickard. Anyway, but no, I think you know why I think you should vote for Kuzno, Irvin?
You're gonna vote for Kuzno?
No, I'm not voting at all. I'm saying why you should vote for Kuzno.
Why? So I can throw away my vote.
No, because A, you do agree with some of his points, right?
Yeah.
You don't disagree with his platform completely, do you? Do you or no? Yes or no, Irvin?
I'm sorry, what was
I said you don't disagree with Kuzno's platform completely.
No, I don't. I think he's got a tremendous platform.
Okay, so
the problem that he has is the same problem that I have, which is he just doesn't go out and tell the people. But I'm telling them via video, which is a lot more popular these days.
Right.
People look at videos and they get a full sense of what I'm talking about. So it's not like I'm not out there. It's just that I'm out there via YouTube, which is a hell of a lot better for me since it's hard for me to get around. I have no car.
Right.
And so by YouTube and putting out, and my posts are read. I mean, I put something out, half the world knows. I just have that kind of a following. People want to see. Look, I got a following right now that spans from California to China.
Right, but they can't vote for you here.
I know that, but at least the word gets out.
I mean, California people can't vote for you here.
I know that, but
and the Chinese are going, who that short little man?
All I'm saying is,
who that short little man in Macon, Georgia?
Let me finish here.
I've been to Macon, Georgia.
Would you shut up a second?
He's not going to let you finish.
Okay, go.
Just shut up. Okay. Most of my Macon people, the people that are in Macon,
right.
I have a big following on that as well. It's about 450 people. That's not bad.
Well, each of them
being in Macon.
Each of them give you $1. You have your 450 fee.
You're right.
If you got 450 people, get $1 from each of them.
I'm gonna put out a video about that.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway,
but people are looking at my videos. They're looking at my platform.
This has all become about.
And I'll just use that, constantly. Just keep putting them out. And then as far as the signs and all that is concerned, I can get signs done, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. But Irvin,
I like that. Uncle Malty, Irv, making it good. My slogan right now is MAD, M-A-D. I am mad about making a difference.
Irvin.
Everybody uses that shit.
Yeah, that's
making
old.
Making a change.
It's so damn old.
Make it bacon.
It's so old. Make it whoopee.
No. They stole that
tracks,
from me.
Making movies.
Wait, I'll tell you why they stole it.
What from
when
you?
I first got into this.
Who stole what from you?
When I, the mayor.
M-A-D. He means making a difference.
The
no,
mayor.
I didn't say that. No, not the M-A-D. It's making a difference.
He means using making and everything is getting old, is what Ed said.
Right.
Yes.
No. But what I'm saying is, he says, who stole that from you? I just told you, the mayor. Not only the mayor, but even Daryl Jackson stole that from me.
There's always so many
Because when I first came into this town, let me finish it.
Okay.
When I first came into this town, that was the words I was using left and right. Because I have a 501 that actually is under the name Making a Difference.
But why don't you use it more?
I'm using it now.
You should put it out more than you do.
Yeah, but I like this one.
What?
Making it good.
That might have already been used by some restaurant around here about their food or something. Making it good. I'm just so tired of it too. For once, somebody just do a slogan
that's child-friendly candidate.
Yeah, that's wrong. Don't do that. That'll get Chris. That'll get Chris Hansen from Dateline knocking on his door. I mean, he'll have Dateline knocking on his door with that one.
Wow.
Well, so let me ask you why you're walking through here naked with a can of whipped cream. Anyway, but Irvin, you didn't answer my question. Okay, back to my question.
What was it?
You didn't go to that forum last night.
That's correct.
But then you said after that you think you're going to vote for Sam Hart. Correct. And I said, Kuzno, you agree with some of his platform, but not only that, he's helped you out a lot.
I know he has, but that doesn't mean anything. And by the way, he's helped me out a lot, but I pay him for it.
Not every time, though, do you?
Just about.
I mean, hadn't he done stuff for free also, or no? I thought Kuzno helped you out a lot.
He did.
I
didn't have to do it.
That's true. That's true. He didn't have to do it.
He didn't have to.
I just sometimes think that
money talks, bullshit walks.
Yeah, I mean, I sometimes think that Irvin, you should just kind of go not only with who you agree with their platform. That's a part of it, but you also have to go with who you're friends with. You don't know Sam Hart.
Well, here's the thing.
I mean, come on.
I don't know what his platform is.
Sam
because his platform is all over the place.
But Sam Hart
I
is
tell
like
him, what do
Ricker.
you believe in this?
I mean,
blah, 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 and he starts going on in rambling manner about 1,000 things other than the question that I had. I don't know what his platform is, and he's supposedly, like you said, a good friend. Well, a good friend will let his friend know why he's running for mayor and the reason why he's running for mayor.
He's told you 5,000 times. He's told me, and I'm not as close of a friend.
And if you got it, then you fill me in on it.
Okay, basically he says because he says Macon needs a new direction. This current mayor is doing nothing. He also says this city needs to be run like a business, not like politics. Kuzno,
that's not a platform.
You know why I speak for.
Kuzno always thinks that's why Macon is in the hell it's in is because it's run too much by politics and not by business.
Well, let me just say this about Kuzno.
Yes.
On his behalf.
Yeah.
One of the things he doesn't want is what you said. Just because he's a friend of mine and he helped me out doesn't mean I have to pay him back. He did that on his own volition. If he wants to help me, God bless him. But what I'm saying to you is I don't have to give back in terms of putting my vote in something I just really, I'm not even sure about.
I agree in that extent, but then you have
I don't care if you're my friend.
But then you have to think
you have to be a mayor that I can trust and that I can hold you accountable to the things that you do.
But you have to think. But you have to think the same way when people that are your friends don't vote for you. Then you can't be mad if Kuzno doesn't vote for you.
He didn't vote for me.
But I'm saying this coming time here, if you run for county commissioner coming up this year, you can't be mad for everybody that doesn't vote for you that are friends. Because
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. I want people to vote for me because I'm on the issues that they're most concerned about. I'm not looking for favors.
Right.
I'm looking for real voters who are going to be concerned about the community and give me their vote because of it. Believe me, I'm not one of these politicians that are looking out for people to brown nose them.
Right.
Maybe that's the reason why God didn't allow me to go to that forum, because I don't need to be around those people that the only concern is looking good. I don't care if I look good or not. What I care about are the issues, and I think people will know that based on the videos that I put out, based on what I attend and where I go to. They already stop me on the street and tell me in this hood. They tell me, "Oh, you're the guy that's running. I saw you on TV. That was great. Blah blah blah."
Yeah, but
and they've been blowing me up on television 3 times a day.
Yeah, but that doesn't say that those people are going to vote for you.
It doesn't matter.
They just see you on the street and go, "I saw you on TV." Which
at
is
least
a lot
the
different.
message gets out.
That's a lot different than them saying, "I'm gonna vote for you." They can say, "I saw you," but you're still not going to get their vote. Just like you said with Kuzno. You might be his
How
friend.
do you see Blog TV icon on top of the page? What's that all about?
Where?
I don't know.
Yerak said that.
Yerak.
Because you might have, it might be on the old thing up here. Is it on the old thing up here? No?
And by the way, Georgia is spelled wrong.
I thought he fixed
I
it.
Vaughn Live.
I thought we fixed that, Georgia. That guy fixed it and sent it back to us.
Where?
On the Morning Roast banner, it's got the old way he spelled it wrong. Gerogia. We gotta.
Gerogia.
Yeah, we gotta correct that shit.
What are you looking at?
The Morning Roast banner, right
Look,
above us.
See Georgia's newest and best
right above us.
Video shop.
Yeah, we gotta get that off there. That's ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah.
No
But I don't see Blog TV logo. You're at.
I don't see it. Where is it? On the list of shows. Oh yes, he's right. We have to change that.
Where? What?
That Morning Roast, the orange
this thing right here behind Irvin. Yeah, this sign right here.
I've already changed it on the pages. I mean.
Yeah, but it's on there.
He means the 4th place banner. We're in 4th right now. On the thing. Oh, that's fine. Thank you.
We got to make a new one. We'll make sure that we have a new one.
Yeah.
We'll do that right away.
Yeah.
No, I got Vaughn Live right here. What are you talking
Dude,
about?
the poster that appears on top is an icon.
This right here.
This thing. That appears on the list of shows that we have.
So look at the bottom of it.
We're now number 4.
Yeah, it still has Blog TV.
It still has Blog TV on it.
I don't know how it's on
Thank you,
there.
Yerak.
I have that on there.
Okay. We'll make sure that we change it.
So it's 10:53, 34 seconds in the AM. We are at Flippin' Friday. Have a good weekend. I'm gonna go ahead and say that
I don't
right
know how
now.
they can read that. It's so small. How do they read that?
Well, we have to make a new one. I'll make a new
I've already
one.
made it, and it's on there. I've changed the print.
Right.
If you go to down the bottom, scroll down, and you look at the banner, you'll see it says Vaughn Live. So where is it coming from? I don't know.
It's right there.
Show me where you're looking at.
I'm looking at this, dude.
It's 43 degrees outside.
And how do you know what it says at the bottom? How can you read it?
I don't know. They're saying. Did you change that though?
Yes.
Irvin says I don't know. That's why Irvin.
I'm just taking Yerak's.
Well, apparently Yerak saw it. Did you see it, Yerak?
That is not what I'm talking about. What are you talking about, Yerak?
Yeah, you know what, Yerak? Send me a screen cap on
Yeah,
Facebook.
send him a personal message.
Okay. Well, we still have 6 minutes left. You want to go into training now?
Let's do some training now real quick.
Okay.
What the hell?
The number
It's
10.
probably all goofy, but let's do
Yeah,
one.
number 10 is Target Dress Apology.
We did that. That was Gray Manatee.
Number
Target
9
dress.
was Martin Luther King Jr.'s death.
We addressed that.
Number 8 was
so.
Army General fired. Number 7 was Rachel McAdams' hair.
Who cares?
Number 6 is Rihanna smacks Sarah.
Who's Sarah?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Number 5 is Disney layoffs.
Disney laying someone?
Yeah. Oh, I want to know.
Michelle Wee apology. Number
Who's
4.
Michelle Wee?
She's an Asian golfer, Asian female golfer. Number 3, Jeremy Irons' gay remarks.
Who cares?
Number 2, Madonna's daughter dating.
Who cares?
And number 1, frozen pizza recall.
Who cares? No, let's do the frozen pizza recall because that's something for the people that we can do it good.
Okay.
That's where we can do a public service announcement.
Yeah, get ready for the special effects just in case.
Oh, we got to do Daily Bread still too.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll end with that.
Let's do it.
Not yet. We got to do this first. We're doing frozen pizza recall.
Expanded. Frozen pizza recall expanded over E. coli concern.
Just give the short one version. We don't have time. We got other stuff. Just basically say what brand it is so people know.
Yeah, there's been a recall over these certain pieces because of E. coli scares.
Yeah.
There's farm-rich branded products such as mini quesadillas, mini pizza slices, Philly cheesesteaks, and mozzarella bites.
Dos Doritos women? No,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's not on
By Best Buy dates, Georgia plant, the Rich Products has voluntarily recalled all products from its Waycross, Georgia plant with Best Buy dates from January 1st, 2013 to September 29th, 2014.
Wow.
So keep that in mind, you guys.
That's a big. That means it's been on the market for God knows.
They talk about Black TV logo. That is Kittens Alley.
Okay.
Yes.
Black TV
So
logo.
basically,
That's not us.
anyone who received those bought some Farm Rich branded products such as mini quesadillas, mini pizza slices, mozzarella bites, mini bacon cheeseburgers, Philly cheesesteaks, and also mozzarella sticks and stuffed pretzel bites.
I would just stay away from Farm Rich.
Yeah.
Really, if all that much has problems, I wouldn't get their other products that aren't listed either.
Yes,
That's
definitely.
just me.
Especially if they have the Best Buy dates between January 1st, 2013 to September 29th, 2014, next year.
Right.
Did you
really
read
check
Gamer
that
Girl's
definitely be careful.
chat post?
Thank you, Derek.
She said,
You're
and
welcome.
look at where you are featured. Count,
That's really cute, baby.
and you will see Block TV.
All right, we always think cut.
It's fixed.
Well, whatever.
Okay, next trending now.
Go up to the top. Scroll
Pull
up to the
up.
top.
We did that one. That was a good one. Let's do a pointless one. Let's do one that no one really gives a shit about.
What,
but
Rihanna?
yeah. Let's
That's
do
what
like
the-
Rihanna
somebody
smacking
else.
somebody.
Oh.
And then Irvin wanted Disney layoffs. Let's do Rihanna and then.
Somebody give me a Xanax, please.
Let's see. Rihanna smacks Sarah, whoever that person is.
Yes.
This is the end trailer gets feisty with slap. Rihanna smacks Sarah in a film trailer you know audiences are going to watch.
Oh, let's skip it. It's a movie.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, come on, people. They're trying to tease you with like they had a big fight.
Well, we just go ahead and go straight to...
you don't want to do Disney layoffs? I think Irvin want to hear about Disney layoffs.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of nice to see Disney laying people off.
'Cause
They're just too big.
Because people are getting tired of getting screwed by Disney. That's for
No,
sure.
and
So let's lay
not
them
only
off.
that, I mean, I think they're putting out a terrible product right now.
Yeah.
They're not doing...
Okay. Walt Disney Company expects to begin layoffs at its studio and consumer product divisions within the next 2 weeks, according to two people with knowledge of the matter and the latest cost reduction step to emerge from a company-wide review. The studio job cuts will center on the marketing and home video units and include a small number from Animation Wing, said the sources who spoke on condition of anonymity because the plans had not been made public.
Goodbye, Snow White. It's too PC now. Snow White, you're racist because your name is Snow White. They're getting rid of you.
It's unknown how many jobs will be lost in either division.
Yes.
But it said the staff reduction at the consumer products unit will largely result from attrition, another person said. Disney began layoffs at the 30-year-old LucasArts game studio it inherited with the acquisition of George Lucas's film company last year as it focuses on licensing its Star Wars brand externally. Disney spokeswoman had no comment.
Well, they've been struggling for a while because of the garbage they've been putting out. These cartoons are kind of regurgitated cartoons that take the premise from somewhere else.
Yeah. But even still, though, they should be making up for it just from acquiring Marvel and Star Wars.
Well,
right?
they will, but
and that's another problem.
But they have not yet put anything out.
I think
with
Star
the
Wars is
Star
going to
Wars
go in
banner.
the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't put anything out with that banner yet to know whether they're going to prosper from it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's that time, guys.
let's
It's
do it.
Friday.
You got the
It's 11 o'clock.
You got the Gregorian chants for the daily bread.
Gotta do
Oh,
it daily.
shoot.
Oh, phone call. Real quick. Who is
Okay.
it?
Hello, Morning Rose.
Speaker. Go. You're on the air.
Hi.
Gamer Girl?
It's Heather.
Hi, Anthony. Don't forget, will you go over there and talk to the guy about the car, please?
Yes, I will.
Okay, because I tried to call him and he didn't pick up, but we got to do something.
Okay.
Okay, and come by the restaurant, please.
Thank
Okay?
you.
I hope everybody has a good weekend. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Heather.
All right, that was Heather.
Okay.
I guess she probably thought the show was over because it's
Okay.
11. That's
All
why.
right, here we go.
For April 5th.
Where's the
No
relig-
fine print.
religious music?
This is for April 5th, Friday. Writing in the Wall Street Journal, Missy Sullivan noted that many of the user agreements, warranties, and disclaimers that come from products are nearly unreadable. Intentionally set in a very small type, they actually discourage people from understanding them. Because of this, many people read all the terms of contracts before signing them. A university professor of graphic communication pointed a 32-page user agreement that came with his smartphone and said of the company, they don't want you to read it. In contrast, the Lord is always seeking to communicate with his people.
Bye, Sabuki.
In clear and compelling ways, with no attempt to confuse or deceive. When Moses spoke to the Israelites just before they entered the promised land, he said, "For this commandment which I command you today is not too mysterious to you, nor is it far off. I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, and both you and your descendants may live." Deuteronomy 30:11-19. The Lord wants us to understand his plan and the purpose of clarity, so that we may love, obey, and cling to him. For he is our life and the length of our days. That's plain.
If you believe in him.
To see. Father, we want to learn, and I want this guy to learn, to experience more who you are in our relationship with you. Teach us so that we may grow our understanding, and you will plan for our lives.
That was written by David McClellan for Our Daily Bread.
Thank
you.
Thank
Irvin,
you.
thank you, Ed.
Thank you for that.
Thank you, Derek. Thank you, chatters.
And
thank you, Heather. Thank you, kids.
Thank you, Mary Ellen.
And John.
Now go fuck yourself.
I want to thank.
Go do the roll
all
call.
our viewers. Daryl, Rosalind, Nicole, Vorpalbite, Yurik, Wildcat, Gamer Girl, Because 77, DS Photo Guy, Renee, Winchester 9708. Also, Graybeard, Shaman, who was here earlier. Sabuki, who was here earlier.
Donnie Curry.
Daryl's here.
Daryl's still here. And I even want to thank, even though these other guys are not going to agree, I want to thank all the trolls. I want to thank Ireland.
This is the same thing. Sounds like the same thing.
I want to thank Ireland.
You okaying them slashing police ties.
No, I want to thank
That's a stupid
I want them to
sound.
thank them to take the time out of their day to show up on our show. That means that they wanted to see what we were doing, and hey, that's more viewers, right? Correct?
Yes.
Correct? So
Correct.
I thank them for showing up
Thank you.
and saying what stupid shit you said.
And also want to
You're
give
right.
and also want to give congratulations to you and your daughter being in the Music Man.
Well,
that's
I'm not in it.
Well, your daughter
She's in it.
premiering
Opens
tonight.
Thank
Opens
you.
tonight.
And
also-
theater making.
Yes,
downtown on Cherry Street, 8 o'clock curtain.
Mm-hmm.
It runs from April 5th to April 20th with a few days in there that are dark.
Yes, and thank you, and also people for watching, and those who were able to get pay-per-view. Don't forget, 2 days from tonight, WrestleMania 29.
Oh yeah, bro.
Oh yeah, brother. Can you smell what the roast is brewing? Have a good weekend, and we'll see you Monday.
Practice Slim